All right, we're
it
going.
was.
It was about yeah,
We
like
were,
that's
yeah, we were talking about We're Back, a Dinosaur Story, which I think was the only film that Steven Spielberg's animation studio made before it flopped. I don't know. Let me look.
that
No,
wouldn't.
it made Fievel Goes West and Balto. I was so wrong.
God, though, we're back. I can picture the cover of the VHS tape.
Yeah. It had Julia Child in it. I remember that. She's not usually an actor.
They were in New
She's
York, right?
Oh yeah, they went part way to New York, and they had special medicine that turned them from playful, mystical dinosaurs into real dinosaurs, and I don't know why that was a plot point. That was a weird recurring plot point in the '90s because that was also in Drop Dead Fred.
Strange.
Anyways, we're doing
Anyway,
Vintage
hello!
Cube.
We're back!
We're back. A
It's our
dinosaur story.
story.
I like there's any dinosaurs in the cube. They might have.
Hello!
What dinosaurs would be cube playable?
Yeah, what dinos would be cube playable? Like,
Tetsamok, maybe?
Tetsamok's a little too slow. Like,
Nezual.
yeah, but like Nezual's got like better competition and older. Like, how about like the one that like some of the like little ones, like the
Rampaging Ferocidon.
yeah, Frostodon, the band one that could be in there.
Yeah, for
All right, well,
no Ferocidon.
so we're doing single limb since.
Oh no, there is Thrashing Brontodons in here.
Oh right, Brontodon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's the good. That's the Pride Mage on 3. That's a 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen that. We saw that in previous cubes, which is what we're doing. Vintage cube.
We're doing Vintage Cube.
We're doing single limb vintage cube, and
Yeah.
I've got time set up for a pair of these. So
Yeah.
we'll see if a pair of them is 2 hours or 4 hours. Right? Like that's.
If it's 4 hours, we'll be almost in time for the unwatchable
7-hour
finish.
run.
Unwatchable finish of GDQ.
Wait,
if
so when GDQ does a 7-hour stream, it's unwatchable. But when I do a 7-hour stream,
yeah, well, when we
great.
do a 7-hour stream, there's constantly engaging things going. But when they do it, it's just Puexel talking about Final Fantasy VI while doing none of the fun stuff in Final Fantasy VI.
Glitchless.
There's the Ocarina of Time bingo might actually be interesting.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching Wind Waker a lot last night. That was really good.
Wind Waker was pretty good. And
Real good.
it and the two Pokemon game runs had issues of going over time.
I don't. But the runner with Wind Waker was like
He was all right.
Went well
good.
with it, and also the what was going on there is
it's hard.
Yeah,
it's not really. It wasn't really marathon safe, but you know,
it was a lot safer than what it was.
Certainly,
with the dumb fairy thing.
Yeah, the two Pokemon Game 1 controller thing also had the issue because right at the end, instead of when Lance created a Hydro Pump, so they just beat one of the games instead of both of them.
Oh,
because they were like 15 minutes over estimate.
My only want with the dual Pokemon game was to have them both finish at the exact same frame.
That would not happen.
Oh,
because,
well, then I'm not getting what I wanted out of it anyway. But
the reason it wouldn't happen is because Pokemon Yellow lags whenever it tries to spool a color. So the run is constantly trying to manage the lag frames you get out of Yellow so that you can do stuff more efficiently in Red. They were playing Blue.
What a strange... Like, I understand that concept because I've watched a lot of speedruns, and like, if you've ever seen GoldenEye and them try to manage lag in that by looking at the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, that sort of thing. Or if you've ever played trying to think of
really any in 64 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made the Helix fossil useful because they would just open up their inventory and press A on top of it to sync the games up or to desync the game.
That's kind of hilarious. That's the end game of the speed run is to become Twitch plays. Like,
That's basically it. They use Nido King
mm-hmm. Perfect.
because if you use X speed and X accuracy, you can just murder everything with Horn Drill.
All right, it's time. We've got.
Can we pick Horn Drill?
I don't think we can pick Horn Drill, but we'll see. Can we pick like
Mind Twist?
That's a good start. Hey,
Okay, we have Pronto under the cut.
Yeah, we here we go. We're back.
I've had several Magic players who I know are extremely good disrespect Mind Twist, but I still think it's the best card in the pack. The close runner-up might be Thoughtseize.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fact that they're both in black actually has me feeling fine. I really like Mind Twist in this cube in particular because there's so much fast mana. Which does mean that your opponent has an empty hand quicker, but also means that you can get the Mind Twist for like 3 or 4 off on turn.
Yeah, really, those two facts work in tandem and make it good. Like if your opponent like mocks and Signet, and then you mock Signet, you're likely to get their entire hand. You know.
But yeah, I like Thoughtseize here. I would be fine having like Walker, I guess, in the deck, but I don't think that's a first pick.
Walker, if that were Walkie B, maybe.
Can we be Burning of Xingyi? There's no way I'm picking that over Mind Twist if that was your question.
Survival, brain freeze.
So, talking about cards in here that are pretty good, we got, Dismember and Path as removal. We got Survival.
Rakdos Signet.
I like Signet as well. That's a decent place to be.
Gonti seems so slow, but it's still probably decent.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That was people just explaining that Burning of Xingyi was there. I was like, oh my god, are people like, what happened to make Wildfire the best card in Cube? Because I disagree.
We did lose. I would love to play Wildfire in with a Stacks deck, but
well, I would like it even if we had just a bunch of like artifact mana. Like again, picking Rakdos Signet actually sets us up into that.
Yeah, Dismember is a reasonable pick, but I think the Signet is. There's also Survival, but
I'm gonna go with the Signet as to again sort of set us up with fast mana, and also because I do like how powerful Signets can be in these formats.
So there's Stacks and Bitter Blossom in the same pack. Okay, I think if you picked one, it would be Blossom.
Yeah.
Just because there's Braids, and also Stacks has a very actually high chance of wheeling. Also, there's also a Signet and Fatal Push. Chain Lightning's not unreasonable.
No, but I do like the idea of picking the Blossom and seeing if we table Smokestack.
Blossom is also just like a highly playable card.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that Bitter Blossom is a way to win the game. Because you lose 5 life to it, and then you're attacking for 5 every turn. That's how the card functions. Yeah. So I'm happy with that. Recruiter of the Guard is 2 toughness or less.
Yeah, we just saw Imperial Recruiter, and now we see effectively Imperial Recruiter. Most cards in Magic are symmetrical stat-wise. We could be Rakdos all twisties, but we passed that Thoughtseize up, and Inquisition is quite good.
Yeah.
We're probably getting Prism and Welder back.
I would love to get Rakdos Return back because it's a 2-color card that people might just not pick up.
Yeah, it's 2-color. We could actually just cast it off the Rakdos Signet.
Right.
I would also, if Welder came back, that also wouldn't be so bad.
No, it wouldn't be.
There's lots of stuff. We might actually get Fiend Hunter back, just because that card's kind of medium.
I'd like to get FTK back if I was able to pick a card out of here.
Yeah, but we might get something back. It
But
might just be like Pinhead
but
Prism.
I'm going to trust in our deck to have a lot of hand control going on as our way of
Yeah.
interacting with the world, right? Like let's
Yeah.
call that our way of interacting with the world, and then like
Although Pinhead Prism works fine with Mind Twist and Stacks, so really if we
does.
end up having to pick that, we're fine. Blackcleave Cliffs, Tangle Wire, even Sword. Sword
Yeah.
is a classic combo with a Bitter Blossom.
Yeah.
That Blackcleave Cliffs is kind of speculative.
Right. At the moment we don't have any red, but red would be a nice direction to go with this. Tangle Wire would also be a good like
Yeah, like Tangle Wire with Stacks just kind of puts the game to a grind.
yeah, and that might be an interesting direction to go. Tangle Wire does help twist, like
Yeah.
in the sense that their hand gets bogged up and then you just get them. Thing with that is that this is it's not the skill art, but
yeah, I mean, let's pick something. That sword might be the real pick, but I try and Tangle Wire. Hippie or Terminate.
Mannequin. I like this pack. Riders, like
Avalanche Riders is even a Braid is like a extremely good sideboard card.
Yeah,
Probably
good enough
to main deck it. Yeah.
I'd main that just because it's either remove target small thing or kill something like this. This is a lot of cards I like. Do we want to go with like the hippie and try to be like this sort of?
You can try. Hippie's often a card we pick and don't play,
Yeah.
but
Maybe on that I should pick up the Terminate then.
just get some removal going.
But like, man, hippie.
Go with your heart. If your heart says hippie,
All right,
we'll
let's
pick
go.
hippie.
We'll go with the hippie. I'm picking Strip Mine here because that seems to be this deck seems to be some sort of like denial.
Yeah, Strip Mine with your Tangle Wire. Yeah, that seems all right. I wouldn't hate Greed, but without a source of life gain, having that in with Bitter Blood. Although combo, when you go below 5 life, you can start sacking the fairy tokens to the Alcarats, and you're stabilized.
There you go. But Strip Mine is real good. This is if we can get that Stacks back, which that's not an obvious yes because Stacks is powerful.
Guarantee. But Stacks is also a card people are afraid of, like afraid to play. If we're not picking, there's no cards for us in here, so I guess the card is either just the most powerful card in the pack, which is either Sun Titan or Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah.
Stoneforge might be the better speculative pick, just because we're not guaranteed to play Sun Titan, whereas Stoneforge is easier to splash, but we also don't have equipment anywhere.
I'm going to believe in Sun Titan, actually, here, which is an odd thing, but I like a couple of the cards we have that we can recur with it already.
Like Tangle Wire, Strip Mine.
Yeah.
There's Tassigers. Also, there is the Wildfire right there.
Right, and that's sort of a direction I think the deck could functionally go in.
Yeah.
I'm sad about Revelark Pass here, but we don't have anything other than Hippie that it recurs at the Mo. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try doing a sort of like.
Yeah, that or the duplicate.
I like Manic Vandal because we have a number of ways of I can Burning of Jingy to deal with a lot of things, but artifacts seem like something.
Hey, Stacks came back. Okay.
All right.
So we're looking. I think the next highest pick card. I know what it is. Do you know what it is?
Crucible Worlds.
It's Crucible of Worlds.
Yeah, I'm thinking Crucible Worlds here. It's like, there's that Welder.
There's Rakdos' return.
I honestly think I care more about Welder now that I have Tangle Wire and Smokestacks.
And we can just repeatedly put either Tangle Wire or Smokestacks into play.
Right. I'll take this Garrick because it works well with Smokestacks.
It's fairly playable.
And is splashable. We don't have the splash for it yet, but yes.
Avalanche Riders. We might actually play that as just a 4-mana Stone Rain that deals 2.
Oh,
and Bayou to support our last pick Bayou? What the hell is in that pack? Okay. No. I'm just looking at that Tindy though, because we could have had first pick Brain Freeze and then pack 2 first pick Tendrils of Agony.
Yeah, but instead we're gonna be Smokestack.
And so we're going to be Stacks, which okay, Workshop Stacks is like a vintage deck, isn't it?
Yeah, like those are generally like where you play Thorn of Amethyst or
Although that got
Sphere.
restricted.
Yeah, but you're playing anything like that.
Yeah, like Sphere of Resistance.
I would consider Mesmeric Fiend, sure, but I think that this is a deck where obviously it's packed to, like, we only have a couple artifacts that this can cast, but we can
But
find more, and this is real damn powerful.
we are also going to pick every Signet we see.
At this point, I think Signets and things like Top are high picks. I'm happy. I don't think the Sun Titan's going to be played in here, and I also want to find Crucible and some fetches.
Now, Delta would be pretty high pick, but
Yeah.
Workshop, we're giving up a pick to pick a potentially powerful card. Hoth von Hammerclan,
Ooh.
Thran Dynamo.
Oh god, but there's also the Mire here too, which is perfect for the, like.
Yeah, that is really good fixing for us. Because it can fetch black, green, or red.
Thran Dynamo lets you turn your workshop into always on.
Always on. It lets you cast wildfires much better.
Okay.
It lets you power out stacks.
This is a hard decision for me. I think these are like, because I care a lot about being able to cast my colored spells here.
Yeah. We passed one fetch and a Blackleaf Cliffs, so there's a fair amount of artifact mana. There's not as many Dynamos.
We've passed Blood Crypt as well.
Yeah, so fixing might be harder to get than artifact mana, but that is some of the best artifact mana.
I know.
Really, I don't think you can go wrong.
My gut tells me to go with the Mire here.
Okay, we got the Brain Maggot. We got Big Time Chandra, which is like a Wrath on top of like a Win Con.
Yeah, like a Dak hanging out
Duck.
here.
We got Mizzium Mortars, would be fine. Brain Maggot is pretty playable.
I think
a fair number of things here.
I'm thinking between these, honestly, like, yeah, to take Dak to hate. I'm not hate picking a Dak on pick 3 here.
It might be hard for us to kick that Mortars, but even just as like a Flame Slash.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that as that function. Like, we do have ways to get to triple red with Mire and Signet. I want to have a bit of removal, is I guess the thing that.
Yeah, like we've got Inquisition, and we didn't actually pick up that Terminate.
No, we didn't. We picked Hippie instead, which the direction the deck went, I'm a little more wanting of Terminate, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Grave Titan, Goblin Guide, Lotus Bloom, just a random Signet.
Off-color Signet.
Just completely off-color Signet.
When you have Mishra's Workshop in your deck, that might be just
fine.
That might be too important. Yeah. I guess how powerful for which would be like Grave Titan or Painful Truths be versus just a 2-mana, like a Worn Power Stone, not a Worm, a Mind Stone that can't sack.
Yeah, which can splash our Garrick, I suppose. Help that along, which isn't bad. The thing with the Titan is that it's one of those things that with the stacks is very good, but it's a little too expensive to go with the stacks in my mind.
It does work quite well with the stacks.
I'm gonna believe.
I think having shops means we really need Signets. There's a Cast Down.
Yeah, Cast Down is fine removal. This is a little too red for what I want.
And I don't think we're Pack Rat, although Pack Rat lets you empty your hand out for like stacks. That's okay, Jace.
Yeah. Well, the Rat lets us turn like cards into permanents.
Yeah, that's so like you can.
I do want a bit more removal, is I guess the thing, and Cast Down is quite reasonable at that. This is destroy target creature most of the time.
Yeah, it's not go for the throat much, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Big Ugin, Hazaret, Bone Shredder, Animate Dead, and Chandra Pyromaster.
But Chandra's okay.
Yeah, not the worst, not the best. Sadly, Ugin can't like be powered out by a workshop. That's colorless, but not.
Yeah, the Rat is extremely powerful. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just with our current configuration, We weren't. We were thinking we needed something else. I don't know what to pick here. If that were the other Chandra, I'd be all over it, but it isn't.
I'm gonna grab the Bone Shredder.
It's playable.
I think I'm fine on removal now, by the way. I feel like I
Yeah, I
have
think.
enough to make things function. Oh, Slaver?
Slaver.
We have
Carve.
Welder, so Slaver is a lot stronger.
Yeah, we have Welder and Workshop.
Yeah. There's also
So that-
Olivia and a couple other bigger things in here that are nice. But
I
like,
wouldn't hate the sword, but
Slaver
maybe.
Welder is a hell of a setup, you know?
Okay, I would like the next pack to be absolutely stuffed with signets, and maybe a bit of fixing.
Yeah, let's go ahead and grab that. Wow, I like this pack.
Disc maybe.
God, we have Disc, we have Direfleet Daredevil, we have Lightning Strike, Zealous Conscripts, and even Figure are on like.
And Vraska off the splash.
Yep.
With our
Everything is
Signet
playable.
and Bayou support. So like, yeah, there's a fair amount of stuff I would like here. Is it just disc? It's not LED.
I don't know how much I feel about Disc in the sense of like we have a lot of things that blows up.
True. Maybe we don't want a super wrath. Dire Fleet is like.
I'm gonna trust in the power of Direfleet because it's a card I
Yeah.
haven't played with, but also, hey, there's Merrick Fiend.
Dire Fiend came back nice.
Because I think there's a lot of powerful things to steal with this.
Yeah, there are. You could steal your opponent's recall.
I have not played much with it though. Is honestly the main reason I took the card is that I've played very little with Direfleet.
I've played a fair amount of it in standard, and the card is usually like picking a 1-mana cantrip or a shock, but that's what it does in standard. Yeah, there is Sphinx of the Steel Wind. I'm not. We could welder it, and that's about it.
Go for the throat, making it back around.
Koth von Hammer Clan, less good with. I think we're going to be playing more swamp than mountain, but we can still play some mountains.
Right. Well, is that better than just go for the throat, which is another like good piece of kill?
I think go for the throat would be like replacing a card in our deck, whereas Koth would be like maybe a I don't know. He seemed like upgrades rather than stuff we want.
I'm gonna go with that. Oh, I'm gonna grab Dak here.
Okay, the duck.
Yeah. I'm not willing to. Oh God, Skull
Clamp with Bitter Blossom maybe. We're pretty good on removal. The duck could be really interesting. Do we want to spend our time doing that with Clamp? Maybe.
Yeah. Sure, I'll pick up Warrior
Wandering Fumarole, because we have. Well, we didn't pick duck. That's right.
Skull Clamp. Okay, we just get some big dragons. I'm not picking that Chain Whirler.
Most dragons might actually. Oh.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Still looking for Signet. Still looking for Moxen.
Yeah, looking for that. I want a couple more cards that go well with like Ophiomancer is a card that goes well with Smokestacks, right? Like,
yeah, Ophiomancer.
Looking for things like that. Top also is high on my list.
Top's pretty dang high. Mana Confluence would be pretty cool, but I think Ophiomancer or top is better.
Yeah. I feel like we don't have a lot of things to go with. There's no reason to pick Wildfire here. Top ain't.
Yeah, we've already got one.
But like Wildfire is going to table. I think this is between Ophiomancer and Top to me. But the thing is that Ophiomancer is really strong with Smokestacks and just sort of on its own. Top is also really good with with sort of the deck going on, and it gives us more things for Welder to flip.
Yeah, I think if we want to lean into stacks, Ophiomancer I think is more important. If we just want to like try doing our artifact stuff,
I want to make the stacks function. Okay.
Sundering Titan. Even like GT would be like
Yeah, GTA would be just fine. We have Jar as well.
the old workshop jar or
Yep.
welder jar.
Yeah,
Oh man!
welder Jar.
And then we would just wheel that Emrakul, and then like that would be our win con at the end of the day. It's just, we
Having
just
Eldrazi.
memory jar 6 times, and then discard our own Emrakul.
Yep. It's perfect.
I don't know what to pick here though. Probably one of the rocks. Nighthawk is like also a reasonable include.
Nighthawk's fine. I just don't want to pick it here.
I don't want to pick it here either. Titan seems ambitious, although with the Goblin Welder, it could be extremely powerful.
Right, like that's literally just blow up everything. I'm gonna be ambitious.
Okay, I want some looting and tooling. Okay, Grim is very good. That's one thing I just noticed our deck is missing.
Kolaghan's command is also freaking powerful, but not over Grim. Like,
yeah,
Grim
is extremely good, but
Grim lets us get to some of these things a lot quicker. And also, like, you know, we do have Mind Twist.
Yeah, we do have Mind Twist. Yeah, that's the sub plan that's hiding out behind Sun Titan over there.
Yeah,
that's maybe the best card in our deck.
All right, yeah, Grim Monolith sounds good. Bob.
We have a lot of 4-drops.
Yeah, Bob could get us killed very easy.
Maybe Grudge? Remain decking a Bayou with a Bloodstained Mire?
Yeah, with a Mire, we can easily do it. I don't know if I'd main the Grudge, but I definitely like the Grudge.
There's also Field of Ruin, and here's a very weird suggestion that is probably wrong. But compulsive research.
We don't have any way to splash the blue.
I know.
We have no way of splashing the blue. I wish.
We wheel the Field of Ruin and then play an island, so that we Field of Ruin and then search up our island. Grudge is a really good sideboard card, though. Maybe even main deckable in this format.
Bells and Lock. Imperial Seal, huh?
Sword of Body and Mind.
Oh god, the sword.
Yeah, the sword. Imperial Seal does finds whatever card we need. Yeah, we're going to get our teeth kicked in by Shrine of Burning Range. It's fine. No, we've got this.
I just picked
Ancient Grudge to deal with it. Yeah, and we've got Manic Vandal. It's an artifact. It gets fairy tokens. Imperial Seal. If I was Vampiric Tutor, I think I'd be more into it. But that's Imperial Seal is still rather good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna trust in having this one sword. The big thing for me is that it does have token creation.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Copperline Gorge or Blooming Marsh for our splash.
I'd be fine picking one of those two.
I think
what's more important?
I think we're playing more black sources than red sources.
Yeah.
So is it better to have our lighter colors on an offland or our baseline have? I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the Marsh.
Marsh makes it easier to play Hypnotic Spectre on time.
Yeah.
There's like a Lava Claw reaches anyways. Do we want like a Grim Tutor? Grim Tutor is like the most tutor.
Yeah, it is the most tutor.
How about Port?
Port's real too.
But the Lava Claw reaches is just like fixing.
I do want a little bit more fixing. We have no actual red-black fixing.
Yeah, it also is just like a way to end the game, although it's a 2-2. Rather.
I mean, it gets there.
Braids?
Hello, it sucks. God, it sucks.
Like Lodestone Golem and like Mox Diamond 2, but
like okay.
What plan are we on right here? Because we've got Bitter Blossom, we've got Sword of Body and Mind, which doesn't really count. We've got Opheomancer. And then we just got like lands and goblin welder to make our braids and single wire and stacks work. Whereas lodestone golem we could just cast on like turn 2 off of Mishra's workshop.
This sucks.
Okay, how many cards are in the pack?
No, we aren't getting either one back. I'm
Yeah,
going with
that's what I was
braids,
thinking.
but I had already counted that up.
Incinerate or wildfire or even like fire?
Literally fire. Do I want wildfire too?
I don't think so, but these all have application. Actually, Bloodbraid is a consideration.
I'm gonna go with wildfire too. Hi.
Okay, and we can we can play Memory Jar. Firebolt?
Yeah, I'll take Firebolt.
Ravaging Ravine for like our Rook Splash. Yeah, no one's getting that. Pick the Lumbering Falls. Or no, pick the Rift Bolt, yeah.
I was gonna say it's a Rift Bolt.
I was like, yeah, Thirst for Knowledge wasn't coming back.
Oh.
Necrotal might be playable. I'm gonna get a Steam Vents anyway.
Yeah, and then this pack here that has 0 cards would be where it would table the
So I feel like we have to decide the direction of our deck, and I don't think it's Wildfires due to our
lack of artifact mana.
Yeah, due to our 2 signets.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do it this way.
Hide Sun Titan. Then we find the stuff we absolutely want. Which I think starts at Mind Twist and Inquisition to Kozilek.
Yeah, Mind Twist is the start in my mind. Inquisition. This.
Okay, okay, first things first. We want the stacks package, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is like this, Ophiomancer, it's even the Garrick.
With the amount of fixing we've got, yeah, it's Garrick.
Yeah. And then the artifact mana makes it in regardless of plan.
Yeah, I think is having Bitter Blossom in your deck and even like Ophiomancer like enough to just include Sword of Body and Mind.
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask about Skull Clamp, which my answer
well, yeah, that as well. Yeah,
but so yeah, I think I'm ignoring the wildfire side of things. Is what?
Yeah.
Thank you for the sub, Strange MD. Am I real quiet?
I'm a little bit louder. Right.
I can adjust that. It's weird. You're on normal volume for me.
Well.
Anywho.
Okay. So, are we playing? Okay. With the amount of artifacts that we have, are we playing Workshop? I think the answer might actually be no.
I think we probably are.
Alright. Then we might play it as a spell, you know?
Yeah. So I'm looking at what I want to include here. I want interactive pieces.
So stuff like Go for the Throw, Firebolts.
Yeah, I want a couple pieces of just like being able to reach out and touch our opponent in play. We have Bone Shredder or Necrotal as our Necrotal.
Can Necrotal kill artifacts, or is he also terror?
They're both terror.
Okay. I wish we had a way to kill our Mesmeric Fiend when it comes into play. Yeah, and then, like, Manic Vandal's probably just playable.
I think Riders is dumb and fits our plan.
If we are playing Workshop and Goblin Welder, is Mind Slaver it? Like Slaver and Jar?
Yeah. Is Titan it? Is that
Titan.
too big?
Titan seems too big. Although it doesn't matter when you use Welder. Welder's scary because we don't have any way of getting artifact. We don't have Duretti, basically. Like discard up to 2, drop to 2.
Yeah. I'm okay with that because like a lot of these are cheap enough that I don't feel
Plus, you can always mind twist ourselves.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
of course.
We might not. We have the Go for the Throat, which is just a stronger card than Cast Down. Cast Down might be a card that comes in when we absolutely need to kill every creature. Okay, looking for our last card.
I think it wants to be a win condition, and at that, it's like Titan, Big Thing, or Sword. And I don't think we have enough creatures for me to want Sword of Body and Mind. We only have 7. I'm fine with Skull Clamp because Skull Clamp works with some token generators in the deck.
Yeah, so does Sword. Especially the Bitter Blossom.
Yeah.
Even the snake has Death Touch, so they can't, since they can't allow the snake to deal combat damage with the sword. Although it could just... Titan costs like 8, right?
Yeah.
So we're never actually casting it.
We have Workshop. That means it costs 5 if we're outside of that.
Perhaps. That seems like it might be reasonable. I know you love Sundering Titan.
Yep. Then we have this pile of lands. We're playing Strip Mine. We're not playing Steam Vents. That doesn't do anything. Playing Workshop, Lava Claw, Reaches, Bloomin' Marsh, Bloodstained Mire, Bayou. I'm not including a Forest for Garrick. Because we have Signet as well.
Yeah, so that's 3, and that's 3 green sources for 1 card, just because they're so free to include.
4
now,
even, yeah.
Yeah, do we want to play... Okay, we have 1, 2, 3... Oh, okay. I was counting up artifacts for Workshop to see if
here
we
they
should...
are.
Yeah, just so we can... 1, 2, 3... Okay. 9. 9 is probably enough just to play Workshop as a land instead of a spell.
Yeah.
If we... I would like a little bit more, but that's still like a third of our deck. Likely to do something.
Yep. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm also happy with the amount of like choices we have on the board.
Yeah, we got Mesmeric Fiend, we've got Rift Bolt, Cast Down, even...
Again, Hippie on the board, you're right.
Hippie on the board.
Like, this is like the second time this has happened. It just keeps happening.
I think it's happened... This is more like the 5th or 6th
I
time
know.
it's happened. But
So,
in recent memory, it's the 2nd time.
So,
Even have Olivia on the sideboard is like a weird, I guess, anti-creature measure.
well, we have a number of anti-creature measures in, like, Cast Down, Rift Bolt, Olivia, like, Necrotal, hell, even these, you know, if we were going anti-wide, like, we can include a sweeper. Our deck already includes a sweeper, which is why I'm fine leaving them on the board. By the way, so mana, it looks like black is more than red, but all of our fixing over here is Bayou and Blooming Marsh are black, so I'm going to give Mountain.
Red, yeah, Mountain the Nod will also make Mitchie Mortis perhaps kickable.
Yeah, because we have 7 plus the Signet, so 8 sources.
It seems all right.
I'm intrigued,
I don't
I'm
hate
intrigued
it.
by it.
I'm really interested in playing a Stacks deck, because this is like us playing What Killed Us, which is like an old standby.
Yeah, it really is an old standby where we take the power of what killed us, and then we see what makes it work, you know? We see what makes this tick, and
land destruction in this. Oh yeah, our wilds are burning for. Oh yeah, those are land destruction. Well, technically, one of them is a land sacrifice. I think because burning destroys, wildfire sacrifice.
Yep. So yeah, as far as the main deck goes, we have Strip Mine, Avalanche Riders, and a number of stacks variants as far as like controlling the board.
Fun thing, if you stack your triggers right, I think you can sack your Avalanche Riders to the stacks without paying its echo.
Manic Vandal is main, absolutely.
Manic Vandal on main.
Oh yeah, and Sundering Titan.
Yeah, it's Sundering Titan. So we screw up lands around here. You can do that, right? Like the stacks trigger and the echo trigger go on the stack at the same time, right?
Yeah, you can do it that way. So you can stack your Avalanche Riders to the stacks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and plus we can do the twist. So
yeah, we always have we have the Cobra twist.
I would not hate like a turn 3 mind twist for the entire hand. I think we can easily do that. Huh. No red, but a Garrick with braids and
I'm
a strip mine.
well. Garrick Braids is
Yeah, that's just it.
yeah. I'm good.
Plus, we have some removey there with
Yeah,
our.
I don't have to
Prefer
use
to
the strip
save.
mine if
Yeah, prefer to use a bone shredder after braids is in play, but we will use it before if we have to. This
again
is again getting
echo.
free value out of our echo creatures.
It's nice. I want to draw a Rakdos Signet.
Rakdos Signet would be rather good. We get to lie about our colors.
Oh
Although
yeah,
I guess we're actually just being representative of it at this
yeah,
current moment.
of our hand.
Yeah. Planes.
Okay.
Okay, no mom. I would actually be kind of excited for mom, just because we can answer it so cleanly.
Do we want to strip mine that? Is that too?
That seems ambitious, but maybe not wrong.
Our opponent was on the mulligan, which is why I ask it.
Because our other option is just to hold up go for the throat. If we had drawn land over memory jar, I'd be more into
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna go for the throat there too, and maybe strip on 3.
Now, if we straw land, we absolutely strip on 3.
Okay, now I can color deny.
Yeah, that's also one thing. Although watch them like suspend their ancestral. No, they're
This
tapping
is
white for it. This is
Signet. It's a Signet because
okay, yeah.
right. We have Manic Vandals and things like that for that. So
Cannot cast it though.
I also just don't think I can afford to strip mine here.
Nah, because we could just start a Garrick zeroing.
Well, if we draw land, we need to draw a dang land.
Yeah, we do need to draw the land.
Preferably basic mountain.
Basic mountain would be quite good. Esper
Okay.
or Power Stone. Okay.
Really
We draw Mind Twist. That would be another acceptable draw, I think.
Yeah.
That'd be stupider, but
Okay. That's fine. I can get Garrick out.
Garrick starts zeroing, and then we can cast Braids.
Yeah. They would have to force or they.
Days.
The only ability. All right.
Garrick Relentless has minus second creature tutor, right?
Flip side does.
Tutor for a creature. Okay. I was wondering if it was tutor or tutor for creature. So it's worldly tutor with a sack.
Yeah.
So if we could just like, I don't know what creature we would tutor for.
Well, we could sack Bone Shredder and then. Oh, goodness.
Okay, this is a little bit scary.
Grabbing
Thran
Thran
Dynamo.
Okay, our opponent. I really need to draw red here.
Yeah, I would like to draw red.
This needs to stop.
Although that they want to cast Thran Dynamo is scary. I think they're just going to like Eldrazi us.
Yeah, that's what I think we need to start doing mana denial real quick right now. I want to draw a red source so I can Manic Vandal plus Strip Mine and like, ugh. A little scary. I don't like where we are right now.
Well, if they just play a big stupid creature.
Sure, we kill that. That's nice.
Well, not one of those though. Although, okay.
Yeah, so go for the throat gets switched out very immediately.
Yeah.
Because it's a dead card. Alright, I'm playing Braids plus strip mining them.
Okay. We strip their Seachrome.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah, we're playing up.
These are dreadful.
You know, everyone at home, we're playing up on mountains. Yeah, we braids and then strip them, and
I can't kill this Forge Master. That if they can Forge Master and there's nothing I can do to stop them.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I'm just going through lines in my head. I could.
It's the stupidest thing The stupidest line is to play Jar and Jar in response to the Coldolta Forge Master activation to try to trap Lightsteel Colossus in their hand. But,
Alright. So, like, I have braids set up, which is nice. I'm gonna start dealing with them, but I think
If
it's a
it's-
little too slow here.
yeah, if it's something like Worm Coil, like, we can deal with that.
Yeah.
If it's something like...
If it's Blightsteel, I have to deal with that by killing every other permanent they control.
If it's Blightsteel or just...
Oh, thank God.
Oh, God, they got rid of the... Oh, that's the... Oh, what does that mean about their hand?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that means they're casting something really big.
Oh.
Uh-oh. But that's fine. So, here's the big cast. Hopefully it's something I can Bone Shredder or go for the throat.
Hopefully.
God, those cards are really bad right now.
It might just be like an Ugin or something.
Yeah. There's Ugin.
That probably just kills Braids.
Sure, but then we just start beating it up.
It might get Garrick.
Okay.
We have several turns of wolves. Although, we can attack. Yeah, we could sack a wolf, or we could attack Ugin down to 3. Keep Ugin from killing Braids.
I mean, Ugin's plus always.
Ugin plus always. Okay. So wolf or land?
Think about that memory jar.
Just a dig.
Okay. That's good.
Can we play that and Manic Vandal?
Yeah.
Because we sacked the wolf. Yeah. So we can. What do we blow up here? Thran Dynamo or Signet?
I kind of want that Dynamo out.
Their boom booms are already in play.
True.
But they could have more.
Do we want Grudge over Vandal? Hell no. We have,
No.
have you seen our main deck cards?
Yeah, we want Grudge over Go for the Throat.
Like...
Well, speaking of the Steel Wind has, like, protection from red anyways,
well,
right?
also, they can't cast it if we blow up Thran Dynamo. You know, like...
Yeah.
I'm looking up Dynamo. Like, our hand is like some super shit cards that have some very obvious sideboards for us. Go for the Throat becomes Cast Down, Bone Shredder becomes Ancient Grudge. I think are pretty immediate changes in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ugin probably shoots Braids here.
Yeah, Ugin should definitely shoot Braids. They sack a Plains here.
Yeah, that's the very obvious sack because it keeps all their colors. I can Memory Jar and then play it, and then next turn crack Memory Jar, and then just start playing out our some actual cards.
Hmm.
Yeah, we've done some good mana control on
Yes,
our.
they got the Ugin in play, and
Yeah.
it's going up to 8 here. Oh,
Okay.
it's killing Braids that way to get rid of Manic Vandal as well. That means if they don't kill Wolf, it's just dead.
No. It that goes minus X, exile all colored cards that are X or less.
Play something that dies to Bone Shredder.
Please. This is just more artifact mana or something. Chalice 2.
Metamorph targeting probably
Worn Power Stone.
Or a Signet.
Yeah, they're like they just have an infinite mana set up. So if I had not killed that Thran Dynamo, I would have felt really bad.
Tangle Wire. I think Jar is better.
I think I need Jar resolved in order to find things that get me out of the position.
Tap your Signet first.
Yeah. Really dumb. God, we have so many dead cards in this matchup, in our main deck.
That's kind of their power, isn't it?
Yeah. So that Ugin dies to... I want to find Bitter Blossom to resolve. Though Ugin can -2 to exile its permanence, so... And now they're casting some sort of 6.
Of course, okay, they're drawing cards.
Yeah, I guess they're just drawing cards every turn, sure. Yeah, we absolutely, positively, 100% want Ancient Grudge in this matchup. It's not even a question. I'm cracking the jar before I play anything else.
Okay, yeah.
Because I want a dang red source.
Swoop. They only have 2 mana.
Okay, I could Firebolt, Flashback Firebolt to kill Ugin.
I think that is necessary.
God, that means I can't play anything else out of this hand.
Yes, we don't get stacks.
We don't get stacks, we don't get Skull Clamp, we don't get Lava Claw because I have to... But I think Ugin needs to die.
Yeah, because we're... Yeah.
Right? Like...
Because we can't win with Ugin in play. And we don't have a way to support stacks right now. So it would just be trading lands for a while, and they have a Planeswalker in play.
They have a Walker plus this portal on draw,
plus
too.
the portals that they're drawing to, yeah.
This sucks, but I think it's a necessary thing we need to do in order to win.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they drew 7, so... Okay, no counterspells. Let's just do it and throw our hands in the garbage and see how bad it looks. We'll get a good look at their deck.
Yeah.
Alright, Arid Mesa, Spellskite, Supreme Verdict, Painful Truths, Karn, Mox Pearl.
Okay, and we knew what we were discarding.
Yeah.
But for Carnage.
I will always vote for Carnage, in case they screw up.
They would lose all their mana if they did that.
Yeah.
And then, like, we would just lose a Signet.
So the way this card works...
If you vote Homage, then they draw a card. If Carnage wins, then all non-land permanents are destroyed.
Effectively, Coercive Portal is just a draw, like a very heavy draw engine.
Look at their man land.
Factory.
Nature's Factory becomes an artifact creature.
Oh my god! Why is
This doesn't mean post board we become much better. Ooh,
holy hell! Our deck is
Walkie
very, very bad pre-board in this match. Like incredibly poor. Can't cast that yet.
Can't cast that yet. I think we just cast Tanglewire here.
Yeah.
So that shuts them off mana for a while. Means they can only attack with Walkie Bee like once if they want to get in some damage.
Or if they want to like
crank it.
I ain't gonna. Why would I chump at 17?
Yeah, we're not chumping yet.
Yeah, we're not in that sort of hole. And
plus, they could conceivably play something.
I don't
like they won't, but they could conceivably.
I don't think their deck contains any targets.
Okay, I'm gonna say they're playing Baneslayer Angel.
Yeah, they're gonna. So obviously they tap Portal, but then they tap 3 other things. Okay.
Signet Factory.
Like Plains.
I would keep Plains over a Power Stone.
Opponent's deck likely contains the Abyss. Yeah.
Well, they don't. Yeah, that's off their Signet. Well, we wouldn't care.
I'll continue to vote Carnage.
They can cast the Abyss all they want. They want to try to Abyss us with a stacks in play. They can go right ahead.
Ha.
With our Bitter Blossom and like. we want Fading to resolve first.
Yep.
I always fuck this up.
They're gonna feel the ruin our Bloomin' Marsh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
That fixes us for red.
That does fix us for red. The green is over.
Yeah, we don't have any green cards left, so that's fine. They want to fix themselves for blue is the more likely thing there, though.
Yeah, if you want to ruin a good card.
But that's good. Fix them for blue. Yes, please. Oh. Here's why Tangle Wire is not a balanced card, is because it can tap itself, and you're at -1 when you activate it. Sure.
Inquisition.
What are you holding? What am I fighting against?
Dodge, Blightsteel, and Inkwell.
Oh
That's
my
why they
God.
didn't. That's why they didn't play the Forge Master, because it was their boom booms were all in their hand.
All in their hand. Yeah. Also, look at these cards. We can't target with anything. Oh my God. Ugh.
Okay, they're a long way off from any of those, or not the Day of Judgment, but.
Well, I think Inkwell comes down the moment we stop our Tangle Wire falls. So.
Yeah. Unless we can Sundering Titan first.
Which we might get to, but the thing is they have Portal to just tap. And they can tap the thing back if they want to, like, keep mana. So yeah, there's nothing to Bone Shred, there's nothing to go for the throat. There's some really obvious sideboard choices in this matchup, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
We made our main deck decisions trying to fight off, like, aggressive decks, and that was not the matchup we were in, so...
Even just, like, normal decks.
Yeah,
like a normal.
Yeah, but it's Vintage Cube. We're not a normal deck.
Yeah, there's plenty of normal decks, though. People like playing their Mother of Runes and, like, Stoneforge Mystics and stuff like that.
But that's a one player.
There's plenty of them.
No, that's one person
that
has those cards.
I don't. We'll see. Every other player's playing Sultai Value.
We're just getting beat down by this.
We draw Twist. Twist would be pretty
Twist
alright.
would be really nice. Like, their Colossus obviously goes back in, but, like, if we could just twist their dang hand out, I'd feel nice. Yes. Sure. So next turn I can Titan for 3 lands. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they can cast the Inkwell. Oh, what did they draw?
They might just be cranking.
Oh shit!
In a turn
Okay.
off. You can have Wrath of God. I think everything but Tez in its own pile. Because Tez just kills us, right?
Yeah, Tez we can't let.
They probably just pick it anyways. Because
We could kill that Trinket Mage, so maybe I just don't care.
Yeah, maybe.
But
they're just going to get mocks with it.
But no, I want them to pick. Okay, yeah, let's do it this way. Also, they have...
Yeah, they just picked Tez.
They just picked Tez, because that's the one that kills us.
I just noticed something. There's 7 cards left in deck.
If
we can Goblin Welder back Memory Jar...
Oh, shit. Yeah. And
like, I think we die before that.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. I think Tez kills us. Like, because Tez makes a 5/5, we get attacked for 8 right now, and we still can't interact with it, because the things that Tez makes are, you know...
So we need to draw... Goblin Welder and play Bone Shredder to chump. Although if we get attacked for 5, then the 3 damage from the... Or if we get attacked for 8, then the hanger back becomes lethal on its own.
Right. That's the problem.
We also can't Bloodstain.
I guess last turn was the turn I needed a Bone Shred chump. But I didn't know that. We didn't know that until the Factor Fiction, which was end step.
Yeah, because Funnily enough, if they just Inkwell here,
I'd love just Inkwell here.
that would be better for us than if just playing Tez and making more Power Stone into a 5/5. That gives us an out.
There's Tez.
Okay.
Some -1 on that.
Yeah, Tez is really good.
And our hand is just so tragically bad. It is incredible how worthless it is.
Like we semi pre-boarded against this opponent, but then also we're pre-boarded against other decks.
Alright. Well, Bone Shredder can get the hell out of the deck, which is just fine. Not showing them Bayou.
Plus a Sundering Titan. Even if we get
I'm not showing them Sundering Titan either, is most likely here. I just want to...
see what our draw is and then probably just concede.
Yes.
Or let them kill us. Like F6. Okay, it's not that. Okay. We can just 6.
Funnily enough, that does let me cast Mishra's Workshop and Bone Shredder in the same turn. That's not enough to stay alive, though, because Tez can make another...
Make another 5/5.
Make another 5/5 on.
Okay, so either concede or
Yeah, let's move along.
F6. Okay.
Let's move along.
Hey!
Let's make our obvious sideboards, because there's some really bad cards in our deck.
I think
Bone Shredder, Go for the Throat can get out. Ancient Grudge.
Mesmeric Fiend, maybe. Yeah, definitely Grudge.
Yeah, Grudge for certain. I like Mesmeric Fiend and maybe even Cast Down, because they did show enough things that Cast Down kills.
Could just be that. Like just a cast down and like.
Do we have
What's bad here?
What else? Mizium Mortars that can get the hell out, because like again that doesn't do anything. So like Fiend and Cast Down. Sword would be reasonable as well.
Yes, we're adding creatures to the deck.
Any other bad, just awful things in our deck here? Just things that just don't function. How does Direfleet Daredevil look against our opponent?
Relatively poor. They didn't have a lot of spells we would want to cast on the turn.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Daredevil's best job is when it steals cantrips or powerful. They had Wrath of Gods, not basically we could play like a 6-mana Wrath off Daredevil.
In order to try to deal with anything that isn't a Blightsteel. By the way, we can't deal with a Resolve Blightsteel.
Yeah, we can't deal with a Resolve Blightsteel. We just don't let them resolve it.
That's why I'm bringing in the Cast Down, is specifically because I fear their Kuldotha Forge Master. Okay. Well, I'm keeping Firebolt in as little bits of damage.
Yeah, it's like killing anything, just doing damage to them.
I think
if you were stupid, there would be like wildfires, but
oh god, no. We have God.
Okay, if we draw lands, this hand is hot.
I'm fine.
If we don't, then it just got Bitter Blossom. Yeah.
This is again another one of these things where we just don't have the red either, which is a bit of a pain. But I like a Bitter Blossom early.
Yeah.
Especially with Braids and Smokestack, which I can just overpower Smokestack, you know, and feel fine.
Yeah. Like we could have stacks on. Oh man! What if they help us?
Please.
Maybe we play the mountain.
Yeah.
To try to get them to.
I don't want to play Bayou because that makes it look like we're off a color, right? Like...
Yeah. Plus, we want them to destroy the marsh.
Right.
Like we will play like Ophiomancer like next turn if they don't do okay. I guess maybe we won't be playing Ophiomancer.
Yeah,
but
we might not be.
If that's what our opponent wants to do while we kill them with fairies, that might be fine.
I like that they've got the other half of our deck.
Yeah. And they port down the okay. Now, if we draw a mountain, we don't want to play it. You want to drop Mountain the turn we
Yeah, I
use it?
want to drop Mountain the turn we use it, so we're going to play Bayou instead. And then we're just going to pass. Hopefully they just give us, they tap out for something and we get to resolve Smokestack into it. Or even just Braids into it would be nice. Because Braids goes off immediately, Smokestacks takes one turn to start going.
Yeah, maybe we Braids first, and then... Although we could also... We're in a situation where we could crank the stacks, you know?
Yes.
Okay, if they... Okay, this is a mistake, I think.
Now,
Because now... Okay, do we do we want to Manic Vandal their Power Stone, or do we want to... If we draw land, we might just Manic Vandal their Power Stone. Or we can eat their Rishdan port.
I'm going to play Braids here.
Yeah, because Braid's probably going to get them to sack port.
So yeah, I guess for those unfamiliar with Smokestacks, is that it gets a counter on our upkeep, and then upkeep, each player sacks a card for each counter on it, whereas Braids just goes immediately.
Yeah, but only goes one, whereas stacks you can have any number of soot counters on stacks, and they have to sack one for each, which...
No. Okay, Tsubasa, that's what the card looks like, but that's actually not how it functions, because you can stack the triggers so that it's 0 on your own turn, much like the fading counters on the
Tangle
on
Wire.
the Tangle Wire. We can let it add the counter after we choose to sack our permanents.
Yeah, so we sack
so
0 permanents and then put the soot counter on it.
Yeah, so it goes 0-0-1-1-2-2 or 0-0-1-1-1-1-1-1-1 because you don't have to put the counter on it.
Although if they kill Braids with an Ophiomancer and a Blossom in play, sacks on 2 would be really bad. They're just going to sack the Power Stone? Or are they going to Field of Ruin?
Oh.
They're going to Field of Ruin our...
That's fine. That actively helps us.
Yeah, we get a Mountain now.
If
they do it twice, then that makes Ancient Grudge just shatter, but that's still probably fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
Now, did they sack the Power Stone or like the port?
I want them to
sack Vermana like this. They're probably going to get port.
I want them to sack the port, and then so we can play Manic Vandal and kill the Power Stone.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Because that looks really good.
You don't keep port in a stacks fight, right?
Hell no. It's not worth it. All right, so they can't win a stacks fight anymore. So then I want to stack these this way, where it goes.
We put Braids on first, so Bitter Blossom resolves first, yeah.
And then we sacrifice the new token that can't attack.
Okay, and then we can Vandal their Power Stone and Mesmeric Fiend to them.
Yes.
The fun thing here is with Mesmeric Fiend, we can take a card that would be relevant immediately, but once they're out of lands, we can sack the Fiend and give it back because they can't cast it.
Yeah, like this allows me to steal a card that is...
I'm
gonna steal their... Wog, I think.
Yeah, Wog. They could possibly land Wog or land Metamorph.
Land Metamorph wouldn't be too bad, but land Wog would be pretty bad.
Land Wog would be pretty bad.
Right? Like,
so,
where are they getting white? They have a Plains. If they draw a Plains off the top, or if this fetch grabs us a Tundra, that's where they would get double white, because we would blow up the Worn Power Stone, and then Braids would kill like this. And so I think we need to get rid of Wog.
I do want to get rid of Wog, yeah.
Then we Manic Vandal.
More Power Stone dies. We attack for 4.
Yep. I get to play Ophiomancer next turn to also have better things to sack to Braids. But at this point, like, we have them under... Yeah, this is... I think
yeah,
that's
there we go. Yeah, that's a stacks lock. Okay, that went much better.
Yes.
Because our opponent takes a little while to get going, and in that time we were able to set up.
Yep, we had a strong... We had a risky opener, but a strong payoff.
Yeah, the tests of trigger stacking. He's playing with stacks and tangle wires enough to do that.
Anything bad, again. Anything maybe Sword of Body and Mind wants to replace? Anything that... I feel really good about having Slaver in this matchup, by the way.
Yeah, Slaver could be very good.
They have a lot of ways of sacking their own things, or like, they have wraths and such that we could make use of.
I don't know.
Do we have anything poor? Again, Direfleet Daredevil seems like the worst card in our current main deck.
But if we swap, we'd be taking out a creature for an equipment. It'd be like the
Right.
funky thing. At the very least, Direfleet Daredevil can die to draw us 2 cards to Skull Clamp.
True. Yeah, I think Direfleet Daredevil is only a 2/1 first strike, which is a fine body, but not enough here. Hippie?
Could just be Hypnotic Spectre.
That's a better creature threat.
It's a better creature threat. It could, if they like empty their hand for mana, and then we can make them discard their actual stuff.
Yeah.
Hippie wears the Skull Clamp for its other purpose, which is to deal power.
All right, let's try this. We'll see how this plays. I still like Firebolt because it was our only burn for freaking Walker.
I can touch a Walker, yeah. If they like minus Karn to kill us braids, we can just immediately Firebolt it. What is with this blooming marsh and all of our openers instead of mountains? We're playing mini red sources.
Also,
this is a one-lander. This is a auto mulligan.
This sucks. I'm willing to keep it based on the back of Manic freaking Vandal.
Yeah, Vandal into...
Is that fine?
Let's just attack for 3. Or do we want to draw action? It's like something to power a monolith into.
I'm gonna keep that.
Keep it. Yeah, like Stormbreath Dragon would have been unreasonable.
Don't hate Dragon as a... Yeah, that would be reasonable too.
It's like a way to close the game out. I wonder how green our opponent thinks we are, because they saw us discard much of our deck to that memory joke. we're just playing the lands because they're essentially free.
So here's a Signet. Okay.
It's also a black source that does not die to Sundering Titan.
Cool.
I think we can just monolith here.
Yeah. So... Can we hold that mountain?
I guess they decide to port us.
Yep. Four?
We had not seen basic swamp out of them yet.
Oh, we did see it at the end of game 1. Okay, Worn Power Stone. Yeah, that's our Vandal target.
Wouldn't mind drawing Hippie. Garuk.
I don't mind that either.
That's a good play next turn, I think. For now, we definitely want to blow up their Power Stone.
Yeah, there's no way I want to let a Power Stone stay in play. That's way too much.
They Trinket Maged for like a Mox, Garrick drop Fight, and then sacking a Wolf later to get Braid to be very good.
Alright, I like that line. I like that line a lot. So Trinket Mage for a Mox. Or maybe Top or something we haven't seen yet, but we did see Mox Pearl.
No, we did see Mox Pearl.
There's Mox Pearl.
Yeah, Mox Pearl.
Will they hold it? No.
No. Will they make use of it?
No. I really like Garrick making the 1/1 Black Wolves with Skull Clamp in play.
Yeah, even without like getting braids.
Right.
Although I do like that too. We're definitely playing Garrick this turn, and I think we are fighting down Trinket Mage.
Yeah, absolutely. Do I want to use Grim Monolith on that?
I don't think we need to.
No. It would only be to equip Skull Clamp.
For 1 more damage.
Yeah. Alright, so let's... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get down Garrick. Really glad that they did play that Trinket Mage there. So deal 3 damage to the creature.
I summoned a play out with my mouth.
It's good.
Usually that's your power. But
Well, no.
you do it when it's bad, and I do it when it's great.
Right, I was gonna say I can't summon these when they're like this. You know that.
So you can make a wolf and then either clamp it just to draw 2 cards, or we can.
Like tutor up something.
We don't want to. It's minus the tutor, right?
Yeah, I don't want to do that with Garrick this low. All right, what is this? I want Kuldotha Forgemaster on a tap out here. Tez would be kind of bad, but they could do
Tez
it.
would be sort of bad.
Yeah, Tez is worst case, I think. But they're tapping all their artifacts, which tells me they don't think it's Tez.
Are they going to?
Sure.
It's Karn. Karn's medium. Karn we attack down to 3.
Karn I can kill.
Oh, they're making a guy.
Yeah, I can just cast down the guy and then attack Karn with a clamp to Manic Vandal.
Seems fine.
Well,
Walkie, not anymore.
okay.
So we definitely make a wolf.
Yeah.
Could just make a wolf and like tangle wire and hold up cast down.
There's already a threat.
Skull clamp.
There's already a threat I want to kill, though, is the thing. Like, I just want to kill that construct and force the Hangerback Walker into combat.
Yeah, and then we can. Plus, if we clamp, then we will draw a card, but the Vandal will die.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is I'll cast down construct.
Yeah, wolf is black.
Quip. Tap the Bloom in the Marsh. Go for Karn, force a block with Hangerback.
Yeah, I'll make a 1/1.
It's fine. 1/1 doesn't kill Garrick, it just annoys Garrick.
Just annoys Garrick, yeah.
And they pretty much they can't let me kill Karn for free, I don't think.
What about EDH and Commander? Yeah, fair amount.
Alright, so they get their 1/1 Thopter, and we get to draw 2. Okay.
But Firebolt might just kill Karn, or we can murder the Thopter.
So I'm thinking here, land...
Can we Signet and Tanglewire?
Signet... Tanglewire...
We can drop our hand, yeah.
And I can Firebolt...
If we Firebolt Karn, it can't make another construct. Or we could just Firebolt the Thopter.
I'm gonna Firebolt Karn, so I can't make another construct.
That may let us kill Karn next turn as well. If they plus Karn.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes up to 2.
Right. And then we also still have Skull Clamp plus Wolves.
We have Skull Clamp and Wolves.
We can tap Skull Clamp and Wire, so...
We can stamp... they have to tap fairly low here.
Yeah, this actually cuts them off of a lot of mana. Look at this.
What-da! That's the most important part of commanders. When you pick a commander, you have to figure out a good anagram of their name. Okay, hopefully they just flip. They do not get Foff.
So we hand them Thran Dynamo, I guess?
It's funny, they're Foffing us right now.
I don't like either of these.
Yeah, I don't like either of these either. But Factor Fiction just kicks our ass so much, right? And Thran Dynamo they can't use for a while.
A little bit. They can use it soon, though.
Can we draw a Mind Twist?
Alright.
Maelstrom Wanderer is a fun.
So we tap Tangle Wire, Skull Clamp, and I think I'll tap Wolf.
You can tap because we're probably going to clamp it this turn.
Yeah.
Actually, are we clamping it this turn? Because Firebolt costs 5 to flash back to kill Karn. We have 6, which means we can Signet and then Firebolt Karn. I think.
I kind of want to draw some damn cards is the thing. I don't know how.
Okay. That just means we aren't playing Signet this turn. Which is probably fine.
No, let's advance our board a little more. I can deal.
Is it worth letting them get Foff? Yeah, if we let Karn live, they just minus for Foff, you know?
Well, it's absolutely not worth letting Karn live here. Alright, so next turn we get to draw a bunch of cards. This looks good.
Draw a bunch of cards, maybe sacrifice a wolf to get, like, anything.
I think their line here is tap Thopter plus 2 mana sources and play Thran Dynamo.
Mm-hmm. Sadly, Manic Vandal is in the yard.
But Ancient Grudge is an option.
Yeah.
Twist.
Tutorable.
Twist is the other card I want to find to just
Twist is
off.
Twist might just be worth sacking 3 wolves for, you know?
No, yeah, that's my plan this turn.
Gotta do twist. So we only have to tap Skull Clamp and...
Yeah, we tap nothings.
Which does not let us tap Garruk, which would be the other good thing to tap. Possible. Okay.
So, attack first.
Yeah, definitely attack. You have no haste creatures. You could draw 6 cards this turn.
That's my plan.
You might want to play a little quickly. We have enough. It's just the last game, so we have time, but...
I am aware. That is a whole lot of blank.
Well...
I do not like this at all. We are in a poor position now from this. Next turn, they're going to play something really big off that Thran Dynamo.
Hopefully it's just the Shroud creature. We just block it with a snake.
Sure.
We control no islands. I think we should definitely turn Snake, or no, we don't need to turn. You probably just want to turn Snake into 2 cards. Tapping to Delta.
Okay. They feel like they have enough mana there on 7. 8.
Oh, whoa, fuck me. I know what we have to... No. Next turn, we minus Snake into Sundering Titan.
That sounds good. I like that. Let's see what their play here is. Is it going to be like a Kuldotha? Ugin. Oh, they can kill Garruk.
Oh, yeah, they're killing him that way? Oh, thank God they're killing him that way.
Yeah, I kind of...
If they had minus 4 there, we'd be completely boned. Why would they do that? We can't... Okay. We can workshop into jar, find a bunch of cards. Or we just draw the fucking thing.
Yeah, or we just draw the fucking Titan, which I think is my play. Like, let's cut their mana off as much as we can.
We destroy. We destroy one of our mountains, but
That's
we
fine.
destroy their swamp, plains, and island. And then we attack Ugin. Yeah.
Okay.
I like Maelstrom Wanderer better than Narset because I think you get better colors.
Alright. So they probably Wrath.
Yeah, but Ugin can't kill Sundering Titan.
No, I mean, they probably just Wrath, like, play the card.
Play your card, Wrath of God.
Yeah.
We have a draw 7 next turn, though.
Yeah, we have Bitter Blossom as well as a longer game threat if they don't like Ugin minus.
If they don't Ugin -3 this turn, if they have if they have Wrath, they should probably still Ugin -2.
-3 on Ugin might be a good one to get rid of Ophiumancer. They're sitting on those fetches, which makes me think they want like the Sundering Titan to die in a kind of normal way or something.
Are they gonna path it?
I don't know. Okay.
This might be Wrath of God.
I like I said, well, they have Wrath, Day of Judgment, and Supreme Verdict. Like, they can Wrath until the end of time. The problem is that there's an Ugin in play.
Yeah.
That is a problem, capital P.
They should just -2 here.
Yeah, I think they should kill Bitter Blossom.
That's what the clamp in play?
They do.
Yeah,
Okay.
they do. Okay. It's just going to come down to the wire. And by that I mean Tangle Wire.
Yeah. Okay.
Welder our own Sundering Titan back, you say?
So they just shock that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how we win here. What's our win con? I think our win con is finding Smokestacks.
Yeah, I think it is stacks. And we just destroy all their permanents.
But then we need something to actually deal 15 points of damage.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
We're running out of cards.
Yeah, if we jar next turn, we you go kind of low. A bot.
Goodbye.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da.
But yeah, like...
Yeah, maybe,
Yep, Ugin shoots. Sure.
that helps.
He's triggers don't mean anything.
Because it just dies.
Yep. Okay. 5 cards left in deck. There's stacks.
Like, just play... Like, we play stacks and, braids? Braids, they just shoot. But it gets
Right.
it kills a permanent. You can also blow up their signet. Actually, it might have been we didn't have mana this turn, or else we might have wanted to play that Lava Claw Reaches.
Yeah. As an attacking threat, that probably would have been better. Enlightened Tutor, huh? So the card I want to hit here is actually Colossus. Is a Lightsteel.
Yeah, just to trap it underneath the Fiend.
Well, the thing is that they're discarding their hand.
Yeah. And Blight Steel stays underneath the...
Okay, well...
We take Inkwell then?
Alright.
And we just F6.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I think you're right that the Lava Claw would have been a better play there, just as an attacking threat on Ugin.
Or even our opponent.
Yes. Because I don't know if we can win the game with that. Ah, that was a mistake. Ah, well. I was thinking I needed all of my mana on the turn, but clearly I did not. I could have just passed on playing the Fiend.
We were under time pressure. I had to make
but
snap
I should play better under that. You know that. You know how I feel on that.
I know.
That's a shitty excuse.
I mean, I don't think it is.
I think it is, though.
All right. One of us is wrong, and no one will know who is the wrong or the wronger one. Now, Tutor does work the way they want because they get to draw their card.
Yeah, it puts it on top of their deck. Really?
Volcanic Island?
Oh god, are they gonna attack? What is this?
No, they're tapping 4.
This is 5. What is this? Oh, Forge Master. I'm blowing that up with the flashback
Okay.
Ancient Grudge.
You should -4 Guggen here. Nope, they're just going to shoot it.
Yep. Oh. Uh-huh. Yes. Okay. Ancient Grudge, targeting Forge Master. Okay.
Yeah, if they ultimate Ugin, they lose.
Yeah, it's true. But Ugin is also their way of blasting me for damage, you know?
Yeah. Well, they should be blasting our creatures. Oh, Sky. Okay.
Uh,
We have the stacks, right?
yeah, that happens later, though.
Uh-huh.
We might win on time.
Oh shit, they're only at 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh,
We might
the
win
other
on
power,
time.
the other power of stacks is they have to pick permanents.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And we up the stack some more. Yep. Yeah.
Hey!
We went on the timer scam.
The scam! Fraud wins!
Thanks, fraud.
Although we were in a world where the timer did not exist, our opponent was going to go down to 0 permanents, and they were going to go down to Ugin the Spirit Dragon and play.
Yeah, but then they were going to win because we only had 2 cards left in deck.
True.
Yeah, we were going to lose that one to without timer scam. We would have lost that one to decking.
Well, a W is a W.
Yeah. All right, victory. Here's the last thought I have in that matchup. We probably wanted one of those Dargans.
We probably wanted
like Storm Breath or okay. So obviously
what-
not playing the Lava Claw Reaches was a mistake.
Yeah.
That one is a play mistake within the game that I can like look at and be like, yes, that was a mistake. We would have had like a game ending threat in this really weird artifact. But adding a Dargan, adding the Boner Dag into the deck would have been a really good addition.
Yeah, I don't even because it's just like a snipe planeswalkers. I don't even know what we have. I know we have Storm Breath, but we have another one.
We have Glorybringer as well.
Oh,
we have 2 Dargans on 5 that are 4/4s. I think Storm Breath's the one I would bring in because it has
because they have no creatures.
They have no creatures. What the hell am I shocking? You know.
Now, whereas the monstrous might possibly do something.
2 ugly victories indeed, Kariva.
Yeah, I guess. Although the dragons would have only been able to attack once because our opponent was playing 6 Wrath of Gods.
Was Mindslaver still in the deck? Yeah, the last 2 cards were Mindslaver and something else. I guess I could have just let Ugin plus and then like Mindslaver them on the turn when they go for.
Yeah.
To deck them. But no, the time pressure was again, like, usually you'd be able to F6 and, like, they would just be able to F6, F6, F6 back and forth.
Well, we had Smokestacks in play.
Yeah, so you couldn't just pass. All right, let's see what our opponent this time is doing, Matt. Sorry.
Hopefully they play non-artifact creatures because I don't know what other artifact creatures even exist anymore. This is the
good.
turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Bitter Blossoms. This is just kind of in
yeah,
the abstract good.
The other cards in the hand are not as great. Memory Jar and Mindslaver are a little late, but I really like early Inquisition. I really like Bitter Blossom. That's nice.
Okay, Mindslaver just got the equity on Mindslaver just went up.
Yeah, weird. Weird.
Especially because we can Memory Jar it down. Mole Drifter.
I'm getting rid of Mole Drifter and leaving. I'm sorry. I'm getting rid of Mana Leak so that I can resolve Bitter Blossom because what do I care about Flicker Wisp when I have Bitter Blossom tokens?
Yeah, but Flicker Wisp kills a token. More than likely, they'll. With that hand, I'd probably evoke Mole Drifter anyways, because they can't even cast Flicker Wisp.
Yeah.
Or a Myria Angel.
Yeah, neither. Okay.
Okay. The equity on this hand is just going up and up.
Yeah, this has got some strong payoff.
Here's Mole Drifter. So they're gonna have Grim Monolith. Huh. I don't think we mind rot them, so we might just play Welder.
Yeah, I think we'll find things for that Daredevil to do.
In this deck, probably. Hopefully they like Serum Visions next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Myria Angel.
So we only know the Flicker Wisp in their hand at this point. Mind Twist for 3, I think.
Mind Twist for 3 seems fine. We kind of have competing 1/1 generation now.
Swords, shell. Nice swords. Perfect.
Oh, we can Swords through a Myria Angel.
Yeah, and we got Shelldock Isle. All right, we know nothing left in there, so that's good. 2 cards left in hand. I like that we can Swords Myria.
Or if they play something scarier, because we can also just block a Myria if we pick another guy.
Yeah.
He probably Swords it though, just to advance our board. Especially since we have another kill spell.
Yeah. This gets countered, right?
If they're really smart, they remand the swords.
It,
That doesn't return it to hand because we exile it, but it does get they counter target spell, draw a card.
yeah. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. It looks like they do have a counter spell available to them.
Because with if they're going to try to remand it that way, then they might be disappointed. But it will counter target spell. They will draw a card because it does exile it.
There it is.
Okay.
So
Here's
here's a cool thing. If this would be put in your graveyard this turn, exile instead. If that spell is countered in this way, put it in its owner's hand instead of the graveyard. We have competing replacement effects.
See what?
Guess where the card went.
Because read that's weird. Because Direfleet, I thought exiled
Yes, it does. But remand.
the replacement effects. Okay.
It's some weird shit.
They're probably just going to swords our Goblin Welder.
That's fine.
We have to go for this or for the Amiri Angel as well. Or this.
Or this.
Frost Titan.
I need to draw another land for it, but they're going to tap out my Bayou, probably. No. We'll see. Okay, they tap my mountain. I want to, so we need to draw land here. Yep, Fairy Rogue. Sure.
This Bone Shredder, the Amiria.
Yeah, let's get that off the table. Spell and or ability.
Yeah, we can't. Doesn't work on Frosty.
Tello, you are having a hell of a time.
Yeah, find your home keys.
Yeah.
J and F. J and F. I'm going to say if you cannot type correctly, please refrain from doing so.
Okay.
Oh, keyboard is broke as fuck. Well, please.
Keyboard is. Oh, I can't understand. Oh, okay.
Okay, there you go. Yep.
Have to. Oh, I'm very sorry that you are having troubles, and hope that improves for you. All right. Well, we can kill Dragon Lord Ojutai. I'm chumping that with Bone Shredder.
Yeah, it's just easy freezy. Unless they freezy the Bone Shredder.
Though then might go for the throat turns back on, like.
Yeah. No, so
Oh,
they
wow.
do. Well, Fairy Token goes to sleep then.
Yep. Goodbye, Fairy Token.
I wouldn't hate drawing like stacks here.
Me either. I ain't paying for that.
Nope. Goodbye.
Well, hopefully you are able to fix things. No, it's all right. Hopefully things are better for you in the future.
We're getting kind of dead. We might just have to kill that Frosty.
Yeah, I think we kill Frost Titan and then I can Mizium Mortar this when it taps down. So.
Or just block it with If we chump it, we're probably going to chump it with a fairy.
Well, yeah, and then we kill it with Mizium Mortars when we untap.
Mm-hmm.
And the final card in hand is swords, right?
Yep, it's swords. Although they get to impulse when
this hits a player.
Ah, that's right.
That's not happening. We have Fairy Rogue tokens. Our current problem is that like Bitter Blossom on the long game might get us killed, but
if we find our braids, then it can eat the Bitter Blossom.
No, braids cannot. Smokestack can.
The stacks.
Other way around. Yeah, because braids specifically calls out
creature, artifact, or land.
Yes.
So black can't kill enchantments.
All right. Let's get this out of here. Oh, that's nice. Oh my god!
Hardcast Force of Will.
All right. No, that's real.
We're a land away from casting this Mindslaver.
Yeah, I'm not gonna crack that fetch to make our odds higher. Hard cast force, huh? And I'm also not, I didn't want to, like, only leave one fairy rogue back, because
Just
you know.
you have to have like any room. If they could just swords it and then
Yeah.
get a card back.
Which they can. So they can Abyss our Bitter Blossom, but that doesn't last too long, right? Like,
Plus, they didn't feel like they could safely attack here.
you know.
They're holding up another counterspell. Well,
Oh my god.
Clamps is great.
Clamp. We have a welder in play, like.
Yeah.
You know. All right, so let's go ahead and clamp off one fairy rogue.
Yeah, Swamp.
And probably the Direfleet Daredevil.
Yeah, less valuable than Fairy Rogue.
Yeah. Perfect.
Tinglewire doesn't do a whole lot here. So we might just play Signet. Or just jam the Tinglewire. I don't think that does anything.
No, let's
It
go.
might. We're trying to. It might bait a counter, but I think if we bait a counter, we'll do that with Sundering Titan.
But that won't work. Like, what happens? They counterspell it, and then I use
Yeah,
welder,
we
like,
Signet. Yeah, like either that or Slaver. Preferably, they would not counter Slaver though, because we kind of want it in play.
yeah,
And
but
then,
no. But again, if they counter Slaver, I just get it back. Like,
Yeah.
counterspells don't function.
They do have swords, so it might in fact be Goblin Welder who. Nope, it's.
Oh my god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die right here.
Yeah, we die right here. Okay.
That we're gonna go to 1, I guess, right here. Damn.
And stacks isn't fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Damn.
our hope is to slaver them somehow. I don't know. Okay, so we lost a Bitter Blossom. That's not actually what we lost to.
That is factually incorrect.
Well, it's going to be what deals us the penultimate damage.
Sure, but it's not what killed us.
What killed us? Ojutai? Actually, what Remand, maybe.
Yeah.
It's my dumbass one didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, I wanted to do that to show it off, because it's 2 replacement effects fighting is what
I know
happens.
it doesn't work with it's because it specifically doesn't give it flashback because it's not.
So here's the
Snaps.
difference. Here's the difference. I guess I'll talk about this. Direfleet Daredevil says if that card would be put into a graveyard this turn, exile it. The text on flashback is if this card would be put anywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not worth showing him any of this. I think we just want to move on for time.
I'm going through and thinking if I have any other ways of gaining life or getting rid of the Bitter Blossom.
Check jar.
No. Okay. So, let's move on. We're playing against a control deck. A number of our removal spells aren't as great. Go for the Throat's good.
We want like Sword of Body in Mind.
I kind of like Sword of Body in Mind as a win
like
condition
in this
fight.
Maybe. I don't like Hippie. Whatever reason.
I also like Storm Breath. There's protection from a lot of their removal.
Yeah, Pro White makes that rather valuable. But don't we want here?
Maybe Firebolt? They didn't show a lot of things that actually dealt with. Again, Planeswalkers, I suppose, but...
Yeah, but we're putting in a card that does that. The Storm Breath Dragon.
Let's go Daredevil, and I think...
What's that Chandra do?
Plus is like irrelevant. It's like that's the longest text in the world because it's one damage to a player and creature that player controls.
But
But
can't block this turn.
it can't block, which is just
So
irrelevant.
the zero is just like a siege out. I'll push siege or whatever.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I
like
think Firebolt might be worth flipping.
Firebolt and
Avalanche Riders.
I kind of like being able to stuff them like that. That might be fine, but
Actually, Manic Vandal.
I don't want to cut the only artifact destruction in the deck. That's a really easy way to get, like, because we didn't see
Yeah.
any, like, oh no, we bored out our artifact destruction, then we just lose round 2 because they play.
They play like Vidalcan Shackles or something.
Right, you know, something that just ends us. Avalanche Riders would be fine, I think. We have a lot of other ways to do land destruction.
Okay, now these two games we do Smokestacks nonsense like last time and time them out.
I'm in.
Okay, we can strip and then decide where to go from there.
Yeah.
Especially if they play a tapped dual land. Or mulligan to 6. Mulligan to 7. Mulligan to 4. Please mull to 4 so I feel great about stripping you. Okay.
Alright.
Because mull to 6 with the scry on the draw is almost as good as a full 7. Oh, excellent. Looking black is very good. We're basically fixed on colors. Maybe they'll be hard up on blue.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Nope. So do you want to run Hippie into a Monolith?
No, I want to do something dumber. I think I want to wait a turn. Or maybe even just play Tangle Wire, I don't know.
Tangle just tangles us, right?
Let's do it.
Okay, because we want to Sundering Titan them, right?
Yeah. Just get swords or play path, yeah. So,
yeah.
Like, quick answer. Okay.
We have to draw another land, right? We can play Memory Jar to find them.
Third land. Okay, I might be in a place where I'm playing the Tangle Wire.
Especially if they tap for something here. Yep. Flicker Wisp. Untapping Tundra, probably.
Yeah.
Because we can Tangle Wire plus murder Flicker Wisp.
Yep.
Do you want to spend our removal spell? Okay, what?
No, this is still good.
Okay, this is still. Do we want to spend our removal spell on Flicker Wisp? I guess it is a 3-power creature that will murder us.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
The idea here is that we're going to Mind Twist away their damn hand.
Okay, and we want to stack it so we can tap Bone Shredder to the Tangle Wire.
Yes. So we have a bit of stacking to do here.
We fog.
So I want
Echo to resolve last.
Echo followed by tapping followed by fading. So then fading resolves, goes down to 3. Tapping resolves 1, 2, 3. And if we draw a land, I can play Sundering Titan. I kind of like getting that going.
That's compelling.
Because we can just, like, sack Tangle Wire when it gets down on counters.
We can even tap the stacks the first turn.
Yes.
So they're on 1 land this turn.
No, they're on the... They tap out. It's still on 3. They're only on land if they draw land.
Oh.
And our
Hey!
opponent leaves because this is a like we have gotten
We have-
the. Okay,
we got
I
the
want
luck.
I want you to look at this. These 3 cards were all standard illegal.
Yep. With Tolarian Academy.
Oh God! All right. Sideboards.
I don't think we learned anything.
No, I'm thinking about Mesmeric Fiend.
Interaction can hold a sword.
Yeah, we brought in Sword of Body and Mind, so having another target for that wouldn't be too bad. Do we have anything that's like shown that it might not be worthwhile? I think everything else we have is shown that's pretty worthwhile.
I think again, it's just the Manic Vandal, but Manic Vandal also can hold a sword.
Yeah.
Is Manic Vandal of me?
It is not! Destroy target artifact. Let's roll.
Okay.
So we got to play the denial game there, and it functioned. This is nice.
Okay, this is
I see
turn 1 Signet and
Yeah.
Active Signet, turn 2 Ophiomancer. Well, not
No,
quite turn 2
not
Ophiomancer.
quite
We're
turn 2
1 mana
Ophiomancer,
short.
Yeah.
Which might mean... No, we definitely want to make the Signet first.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Hopefully we can strip that.
That'd be nice if we can strip that. Smokestack was much more of an extended card. Yeah, certainly. You needed like specific generators to make Smokestack function, but Tanglewire absolutely saw standard play because Tanglewire was in the same set as Rising Waters, I think. Rising. It's like a card that's like you can't untap. Like it's literally like players can't untap 1 land, and then you played it with Gush and things like that, or like Daze, and you just played Mana Denial, and your opponent couldn't do anything. It was
Face down card.
Yeah, it was very powerful. It was like a static orb, I guess.
Is that better? That might be better, just to get rid of their.
Let's just go right off the bat and.
Winter Orb. Was Winter Orb with it? Winter Orb was Ice Age, right?
Yeah, but the card was Winter Orb. Rising. I mean, that literally the text of the card was Winter Orb.
Ah, okay.
Like, yes, it was Ice Age, but Rising Waters was
Land. Okay, Rising Waters, 4 mana enchantment, 3 and a blue. Lands to untap during their controller's untap step. At the beginning of each upkeep, that player untaps land they control, which is the text of Winter Orb.
Yeah. So.
Friend Jens, who knows thousands and thousands of cards, only some of them in Magic the Gathering, knew the text of this card in relation to. Okay. We can't play that anytime soon, so we'll just get our mana going. Glad that they didn't, like, force spike. Or not, they couldn't force spike it, but they could, like, spell pierce it. That'd suck.
Yeah. Well, Force Spike would even have worked because this can't be used on.
Ah, true enough. Maybe they didn't know that.
Or maybe they.
Well, they would have done it on Clamp.
Is Force Spike in the cube?
Oh, Force Spike in the cube.
Harder question.
Yes.
Okay.
So is Monetize.
Wire was played in Tinker. Yeah, Wire was played in the decks that wanted to just keep your opponent locked and also had a way to make use of the artifact or add artifacts of their own. Because then you because if you have like we've seen, like with Skull Clamp, if I have Tangle Wire and I can tap Skull Clamp and Tangle Wire, it's tapping 4 permanents of my opponents to 1 of mine, which is not a balanced outcome. It's a very imbalanced outcome.
Okay.
Alright. Nothing to do here but have go for the throat up. And like we can play like Ophiomancer on 3 or Hippie on 3.
Yeah, who do we want to get countered or removed?
Oh shit, they're gonna play Tamio on us. Well, we do have go for the throat for that. Which is good. So do I play Hippie now, or do I try? I don't know if I'd want to try to go for the throat that immediately, you know? I feel like I kind of have to, though.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't want to let that hit me, is I guess the thing, because it does impulse, or I guess it anticipates, not impulse. Flip coin, and win the flip. Alright. So let's see how this functions. They might have a counter spell, but we have to try this.
Ensnaring Bridge not in the cube.
If they have a counterspell, we're in a very bad position. If they don't,
Hey!
and now is it Tamio time?
Hopefully they tam you down the workshop out of fear.
I mean, it is a workshop. Like, Sundering Titan could show up anytime here. That was really, like, I expected to, like, hardcast Force or something like that.
Yeah.
So I did not expect that to resolve. I did that because it was a yep, there's that Tamio. So I did that because it was a necessary play, not because it was a play I wanted to make.
Yeah, and Snaring Bridge isn't a fun card, but have you seen our deck, Burnhead? Have you seen what we're doing?
Holy shit. I want to play Hippie.
I think we can do both.
Yeah.
So we play Hippie and then play Tanglewire. That just means they tap down Hippie, but...
Yeah, but that means they tap down Hippie.
It's free real estate. We can tap the Mishra's Workshop because we can't use it anymore, basically.
Yeah. And like, Ophiomancer gets to start
drawing our cards, yeah.
Yeah. So Tanglewire cuts them off of everything. They are tapped out.
Mm-hmm. And Monocrypt, they might path our guy.
Yep.
The first creature we played got path, it turns out.
That's fine. I wanted that one path over, even though that's obviously the better, like, interactive one.
Yeah, but the Ophiomancer is like, when we're struggling for resources, like if we land a stacks here, they're in a kind of a rough spot.
Yeah, or even Braids. Tamio does have the threat of, also we have Sundering Titan threats soon, too. Oh.
Yeah, so they do that.
Sweet.
So yeah, Sundering, if they do Tamio ult, we do lose. Maybe, actually. Tamio ult does not do anything if you have had all your permanents destroyed by stacks.
True. Just gonna tap the
Signet, yeah.
Signet.
Her modes are tap target permanent does not untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card -2 to draw a card for each tapped creature your opponent control, and -8 you get an implement whenever you cast a spell. Return it to your hand instead of wherever else it would go.
No. Any card goes to graveyard from anywhere.
Yeah, and also you have no maximum hand size.
Yeah.
So Tamio basically means you cast your spells forever free.
Yep, you're forever free from that. And the cool thing here is that we're going to be able to, again, tap down almost all of our opponent's mana and try to at least get some damage on Tamio.
Yeah, like we can attack for 4 and then start drawing some cards. They might tap the Ophiomancer here.
Yeah, but that means I can attack for 1 and, like, lost the flip. All right, we're getting some damage in with. We have inevitability on our side from a long game.
Yeah, we got the Monocrypt, Preordained. That does not do much. Do we still have Direfleet Daredevil in the deck? I don't remember. You can view sideboard.
I think we can.
You right click, view sideboard. No, on the playmat.
Wow. Yeah, Direfleet Daredevil's in the.
Okay, we boarded it up. I learned that from Channel Fireball.
I did not know that.
Shout out to Reed Duke, I think, who did it.
Well, nice. I've never seen that before. All right, so I think Ophiomancer gets tapped here.
Yeah. Just to protect their Tamio. We do have to keep Tamio tapped down. Just because we do not... That ult's -8, right?
That ult is -8. And I am attacking with a snake token to get things done.
Okay, so we tap Tanglewire and Skull Clamp.
Yep. I guess we're probably playing Memory Jar. I don't know if I'll use it, but...
Yeah, we can definitely attack first.
Yeah, let's attacking first. We need to keep Tamio under control. We have inevitability. Alright, so I want to clamp now before I think of using the Memory Jar. So let's go ahead and clamp.
Ta-da! Hey!
Braids.
Do we just want to jam that, or...
I want to jam that.
Yeah! How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, not enough.
We're 1 mana off from playing Braid's Memory Jar.
Alright, but Braids is really nice here.
Okay. Triggers!
I probably should have put the clamp onto, like... something.
Braids.
Yeah.
Something.
Because
They're yeah, if they rat here, that's true.
So they're gonna sack Mana Crypt.
Yeah, we did give them an out of our inevitability.
Yep.
We'll rue the day.
Right, our inevitability is gone now, and we are foolish. That's a lot of mana that they get rid of. Okay, no, the crypt is still here. So they must want the mana for the turn.
True, yeah, what wrath does this opponent possibly have?
Fair. Won the flip. All right.
Yes. We saw Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, Supreme Verdict. Is Hallowed Burial?
Okay, draw one card. Yeah, I'm aware on the misstep because we're gonna get. Oh, disc.
Okay, Disc is the one that's left.
Okay, so
that's
here's.
slow though.
Oh, but I can kill Tamio.
You can kill Tamio. Hey, also we have a turn to draw. Manic Vandal.
All right, so here we go. Lots of triggers. I want. Oh no, this does not go on the stack. Okay.
So it just happens. Yeah. Oh no, because there was still a snake at the beginning of each RP.
So,
no snake.
So this is a intervening if there. Like if you control no snakes, and we did control a snake, so we want to put our in that order.
Do you want to sack the snake, or do we want to like sack like Tanglewire?
I kind of want to just like sack Tanglewire. I think.
Because the snake is 2 cards.
Yeah, the snake's 2 cards, which is a lot better than.
Yeah, we forgot to. We said that, and then it didn't come up.
But it was a mistake, and it was a mistake. It's absolutely worth noting that it was a misstep.
And we absolutely will now because they're just going to crack their disc.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and attack first. So
get 1 damage in on our opponent.
That matters.
Does. Because it turns Mana Crypt into a 4-turn clock.
Alright, so let's go ahead and clamp.
And if Manic Vandal pops off the top of our deck, we are a hero.
Get some lands. Alright, then we move this over to, like, Braids.
Like, we don't play Memory Jar.
No.
We want that afterwards.
Yes. This is the first draft this is. We haven't even done draft 2 of the day. Oh my goodness. Snake. I'm happy that when this disc goes off, we'll draw more cards.
Yeah, and they sack the crypt because the disc is going to kill it anyways.
Let's see if they win the flip. God, this is still draft
game. Yeah, draft 1, game 2. Okay, they use the mana off the crypt in response. We draw 2 cards.
Hi, Welder.
Goblin Welder. Nothing super impressive in the graveyard.
Yeah, but Jar might help that. We have a pretty good hand right now.
Fairly good. And they play a Mirror Angel, which dies to Bone Shredder.
Yep.
They had to land to do that too, I think.
Alright, so let's go ahead and Memory Jar.
At the very least, we can bring back the jar with our Goblin Welder.
Yep. Let's go ahead and Bone Shred. And I think I want to play that Bitter Blossom.
Yep, so we have to play Swamp here.
Because I want an onboard threat.
I want a clock, something that can equip a sword. We might even pay for Bone Shredder.
Yeah.
We got nothing else to do. Caracas does nothing. For us, at least.
Hey!
Oh no, it's Smelldrifter!
Hey!
No! Hey! We have no way of dealing with that. Can we draw Twisty?
Twisty off the top would be pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Twisty off our memory jar, and we cry and cry and cry.
That doesn't do anything. Alright, do I want to pay for this Bone Shredder? I don't think I do.
Yeah, I think we do too. This is we're only kind of we have a green splash.
All right.
We're red black stacks. There's There's sword though. So can we drop equip? Yes,
Yeah.
because of
Yeah. But first, I want to see what the hell's
make
up
sure
in their hand.
they could have drawn force of will.
They could have.
Oh my god! If we drop equip, do they die?
Force a will and dig through time.
Okay, so they how much can we twist them for? Actually, do we care if Sword of Body Mind gets countered? Because of if we're gonna
We're
when
gonna
our
get
jar goes
Welder
off,
if
we have a god, we get Welder back.
Yeah, we're getting Welder back.
I guess we try to cast it to see if they feel like forcing. Maybe not. We just try to Grim Monolith, and maybe they.
Well, we can cast
this.
off the Grimon Monolith. This is free.
Yeah, this is free real
estate.
estate.
I'm gonna.
Okay, we can twist for 1, 2, 3, 4. We can twist for 4, and then maybe get the and still play sword. I think.
Yeah. Which is what I'll try doing. We can twist for, I guess, 3 and still play sword.
Yes, we gotta. If we take their blue card or force of will, we
Or
can
they
play
do,
sword.
or if they force this.
Or if they force this. Yeah, we have Guruk as our single green card main deck. Sideboard, we have Ancient Grudge. And our green,
So
and our green lands.
I think this forces them to force a will.
Or they take a gamble. No, they're forcing.
No, they're not forcing. They're realizing what we're doing. We're trying to.
Okay.
Oh, we got the force. So
We got the force and the dig. Okay. Tap your signature.
yeah, I know it's. But we don't get to play equip because
It's in play though, and they
it's
could
lethal.
still. It's lethal. It's lethal, and they have to have something off the top to deal with it, basically.
Yeah.
Also, our memory jar was a draw 6.
Yeah. All right, so they have to deal with Sword of Body and Mind or they lose because they have a 10-card deck right now.
And they need to exile it.
Yeah, because we have a Welder in hand. So, what is this? Is this okay?
Consecrated Sphinx. Does not.
That's game. Yep, and they know it.
Hey!
We made it. Also, they did have an artifact worth Manic Vandaling in the end.
They did. They totally did.
Which
They had exactly one.
They had exactly one. I mean, we could kill their Monocrypt too, but by the time we kill Monocrypt, it's already done its job. So,
Yeah, the Garrick we're splashing is Garrick Relentless.
Yeah, let me.
Because it works with stacks. It's somewhere.
If I draw cards, we'll find it, right? It's in the deck. There's Slaver, Stormbreath. There's Garrick. Yeah, so Garrick Relentless is on both sides are just creature generation. So 0 for a 2/2 or +1 for a 1/1, and with Smokestacks or braids
or even the clamp.
Yeah, even
we have lots of reasons to want these idiots around.
All right, we made it to the finals again.
Made it to finals. Can we play our like we cannot possibly play the guy who beat us last time because they were playing our deck.
They were playing our deck. Wait, do we lose to Storm then? I saw it. You talked about the Yogg's Will and the first pick Tendrils and the first pick Brainstorm.
Did you see Yogg's Will?
I did.
See
I saw,
okay.
it was in pack 2, like pick 3 or so. We had a choice at Yogg's Will.
We had first pick Brain Freeze and then first pick pack 2 Indies.
Basically, I think that it would be funny if our opponent just murdered us with
Storm is really hard to do through a Tangle Wire, though.
Yes.
So maybe.
Also, we have like Mind Twist Inquisition. Thank you, Strange MD. I'm glad that you're all having fun here. I know we've been. We've been doing a lot in the game here. I haven't had a lot of back and forth with y'all in the zoo here, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're having fun.
That's what I'm for. I'm riding shotgun. I sort of pay attention to the zoo. I belittle them.
Don't belittle people too much.
You're tiny. You're so small. Starting to get more human. Now I'm starting to become a pickle.
It sucks, doesn't it? All right, would you like to play first? Absolutely.
against some decks, this is really good, but this has one castable card, one castable card. I think this
I don't like this against an unknown opponent.
This is a one landy.
I do not like this very much because it's a one-lander.
If I would like to build a modern deck, what should I invest on? How much money do you want to spend? I think Storm actually might be cheaper than Burn at the moment.
Yeah. What do you...
This is a land away from more castable cards.
That 7-card hand was not fine because it had again, unknown opponent is the problem. It
had one castable spell.
Yeah.
This one technically has 0 castable spells.
Okay, this looks like an okay 5 if we find the lands.
This is an okay 5. Okay.
Taps for mana, I'll keep it on top.
We'll keep it on top, although Inquisition turn 2.
Yeah, well, Inquisition turn 2.
Maybe they'll Thoughtseize and steal our Inquisition.
Ooh, that'd be a good back, wouldn't it, if they Thoughtseize and stole our Inquisition, right?
I can just summon plays, although what they're actually taking is Ophiomancer or Go for the Throat. They leave us with Jar. Unless they really want to protect their hand.
Right, their hand would have to be really good for that. All right.
Hey, okay, I summoned a play forward.
Well, thank you for pulling that one out.
All right. I don't think do we want to strip them? I don't think so.
We can't afford it. We absolutely can't afford it. I'm glad that you're making good use of my power today.
It's like summoning forward plays. Oh god, it could be Storm.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna keep passing. I don't want to crack that fetch because I want to draw a land. Ophiomancer's our good play. They didn't want us to Inquisition their Brain Freeze. That could be it. But yeah,
Burn's okay. Nice.
Okay. I think we crack this for Mountain and just play Ophiomancer then.
Yeah, I think so. Storm's a little more difficult to play, so if you're if you're still learning formats, it might be better to make a Burn deck instead.
Yeah.
The lands are a lot cheaper in Storm than Burn, because a lot of the Burns are like you're playing like 12 fetched lands.
Another thing with Burn is that I feel like Burn versus Storm, the cards in Burn have a little bit more use outside of the deck.
True. Like basically it's like your Lava Spikes and your Rift Bolts, but those are all really cheap cards. I don't hate that at all. You can play that and hold up stuff.
Yeah.
We should probably attack first, see what happens. I know Storm is really cheap to play on Moto. It's like that's what you were thinking of doing. Okay, now it's worth doing.
Yeah. This is really dumb. Okay, they're off black completely.
Cryptic. Mono, though? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we attack, see if they, do anything, and I think this does tap our monolith, but I do think we go for it. This is a semi-punishable play.
This is pretty punishable by a counterspell, but it's also really high payoff.
We've seen a lot of counterspells.
They might have Cryptic still.
They could still have Cryptic. Hey! They don't. Storm! Oh my god! It was them the whole time! And they were playing High Tide. Oh man, that's a bad Storm card. Okay, we have to change our deck. Okay, so we have a lot of sideboarding to do.
Yeah, I think we can just rush them down with 3 power here and a Firebolt, you know?
Yeah, because we've got 4 damage out of the Firebolt. Yeah. We have 2 damage out of the Firebolt.
Well, in the future it could be 4.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it because I want to leave up Go for the Throat. We're not going to Firebolt right now. We're going to use that as extended, damage that I can, have secret, you know?
Okay, top.
Bolting them is the endgame plan, but there's no reason to do it immediately.
Okay, yeah. If you want to spend less than if you're doing it on Moto, I remember Storm being really cheap to play on Moto. What creatures are you afraid of if there's storm? Immercool?
No, well, the thing isn't creatures. The thing isn't like, oh my god, I'm afraid of creatures. It's that I don't want to reveal the firebolt until the turn where it becomes relevant, right? Like, I don't want to let them know that they have to stop, like, that they have to stop attacks, like, a turn early.
We want them to maybe, like, fetch when they shouldn't. Something like that.
I am willing to do it this turn, right? Like, I'm willing to do it right now, because if I draw a land next turn, then I would be able to untap Grim Monolith, and then I would also be able to play the Firebolt. So I'm willing to do it right now. Also because it leaves up my Go for the Throat. So.
Searching for your first deck for a minute. Storm's a fun deck. Storm is... It's a fun deck. It's a deck a lot of people don't like. There's a lot of discussion going on right now.
Yeah, hopefully it's helpful. But yeah, sorry. You also asked, what creatures are you afraid of if they're Storm? Palinchron.
Palinchron,
That's it. That's
is Electromancer and Baral in here?
Yeah, but Palinchron's the one that they would go infinite with. Like, that's the one I
with the High Tide,
positively would want to. With High Tide, that...
Yeah, with High Tide, yeah.
That implies the existence of a Palinchron, so...
Okay, so now we can untap Monolith and
then bolt them. So they have to... Yeah.
They have to win this turn and in such a way that kills us with no swamps.
And they can't Palinchron win because I will just... I'm holding up the Go for the Throat for a reason.
They could potentially kill us with... There are specific lines of cards where they could kill us with Brain Freeze, but it would be hard.
Or depending on what sort of like Lotus Mox access they have, they might be able to pull out a lengthier...
But they're going to be doing it off...
If they want to keep spinning the top, I ain't going to stop them there.
They have to do it now.
Yeah, this is the turn they have to do it because I'm going to win in this position. Okay, so Brainstorm. That's a good start. That generally means they have access to whatever cards, especially between the top, they do have access to whatever cards they need off the top of their deck.
Speaking of Monday's ban and unbans, take my advice right now. Sell all of your Stoneforge Mystics if you have them.
For the $500 that they're...
Yeah, because the price right now is spiking because people are anticipating an unban on Stoneforge. I don't buy that. They just made a hefty unban in Modern, and they probably don't want to shake it up immediately.
Okay, so they tap their top, meaning that they feel like they have some sort of cards that they can get to that might get them. Okay, Dark Rit, yep.
Okay.
They might actually be able to, like, if they have...
Like, if they Yawgmoth's Will here.
Yogg's Will would be pretty good. I think something like a Time Spiral is, or not a Time Spiral, a Mind's Desire would be for 3 or 4 here. Yeah, Brainstorm, Dark Rit, Mox, Mind's Desire. Should be a reasonable line. Yep, there's Desire for 4.
So again, let's see what they cast.
They know that they have to go off this turn. So here's Desire. Desire for 1 is shit.
Shit. No!
Yeah, this is... Yes!
Oh, we lose so hard!
Nice. That's extremely good out of them, then. That's some good play. Like, they went off on the turn, they had to go off. This was the other part of, like, having my like, kill be a secret. Is that they don't try to go off the turn early. But it pays off very, very high on this one, because Emrakul's going to kill us. This is protection from colored spells. We cannot go for the Throat It. This Tendrils is for 14.
And then they just attack us.
We take these 7 Drills of Agony.
Yeah, and the secret of Emrakul, hidden in all of its text, is that it flies, so we can't even block it.
Well, it time walks, too.
Yeah, that's probably more realistic.
I love it. This owns. This is the way they had out of it, and they found their line and took it.
Should have played Braids. I wouldn't. They had 2 extra mana floating afterwards, so Braids would factually have not mattered.
Yeah, they had 3 extra mana floating afterward, and I would rather have kept up Go for the Throat for possible Palinchron outs if they had gone for that.
Because when they cracked Mind's Desire, they had tapped out and they had a blue and a black in their pool, which meant if we had played Braids, they'd have had a black in their pool.
Well, the correct thing to do here is to only have Snack.
Yeah.
Hello.
Older.
Anyway, we are taking 15 damage from Emrakul. We have a lot of sideboarding to do because we have a lot of dead cards.
Some of them are even in our hand. Okay.
I don't know if Go for the Throat is one I would consider fully dead. I do think that Mizium Mortars is absolutely. Mesmeric Fiend comes in. Hippie is a good threat in this matchup, so I'm willing to bring that in.
I think we want to... Here's what my gut says.
Okay.
I think we want to cut out all of our interaction as our creature interaction. Even Go for the Throat. I don't think.
Okay.
I think if we get to the point where they can Palinchron, we're probably losing anyways. And just try to put as much pressuring stuff in here as we can. Like even like the shittiest creature holding a sword. Or a Stormbreath Dragon.
I think Stormbreath would be good as a secret threat to win the game, which seems to be an important thing against our opponent. Sword of Body and Mind is a pretty reasonable thing to bring in.
Wildfires could be okay, but we have a hard time casting it, especially without destroying all of our own lands. It would be like a reset.
It wouldn't be too bad. My thing is that we already have Braids plus Smokestack as like plays on that direction.
Yeah, that is our plan A, because it's really hard for them to go off through that as well. What's bad here?
I like Direfleet Daredevil a lot because they do have a lot of these filtering cards that it can just pick up. Also, it's just an aggressive threat.
Mm-hmm. Like we don't want to cut creatures.
No, not too terribly much. Manic Vandal is absolutely fine.
Maybe it's Firebolt if you don't want to cut Go for the Throat. It's a tiny bit of reach, but Shrine is pretty thirsty.
I feel like we don't have to reach that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, milling is bad unless it's fast, but this is quite literally the best mill card in the game.
It's rather.
It depends on if they have will or not, and we don't know that. We
do not know if they have Yawgmoth's will.
All right, so I want. Like, the thing is, we can't mill them out because they do have Emrakul, so Sword of Body and Mind is lesser in that way. Like, we can't actually, like, mill them out if Emrakul is a card that they have. I think we just need one cut, so...
Although with Emrakul's trigger on the stack, we could, like, crack Memory Jar.
Oh my god, we try to catch it in the Pokeball again? I remember trying to catch it
we just make them draw their... we could try that, yeah.
I'm gonna keep the Firebolt specifically as reach as well.
Okay.
That could be poor, but I feel like that is part of how we're winning this. Let's go ahead and go first and try to find a...
Huh.
I think I'm okay on this. It's not the greatest. I'm okay on it, though. Mindslaver's an incredibly high-value card in this matchup.
Yeah, because we just fizzle them.
I'm gonna go ahead and fetch right away so that I can get my Bayou out of here. And even if they thought these are Mindslaver, that could actually be good for us.
That could be rather good.
Suspend vision.
Okay, suspend their vision. Inquisition's pretty good.
Yeah, let's see what they got.
Sadly, we can't Direfleet the Ancestral Vision because it doesn't have a mana cost.
There is Palinchron.
Yeah, they have Palinchron. Do we steal their Demonic Tutor?
It's that or the Brain Freeze, right? And getting rid of D-Tutor sounds pretty nice.
If they don't have Yogg's Will, pinning it is really good. If they do have it, then it doesn't do anything. Demonic Tutor could find their Yogg Will.
All right, I'm also going to hold off on the Strip Mine because I want to catch black sources with it. They showed that black sources were a little rarer.
Yeah, do we have their hand revealed?
Yes, that should be over here.
Okay.
So there's Swamp Gone. They probably just chart a course. That's what I'd do.
Yeah. There's a careful study.
Well, even better. They discarded the Brain Freeze, which tells me Yogg's Will is a card they have.
Do we strip them now?
Yes.
Okay, we strip them now, and we maybe try to Avalanche Rider them later.
I want to keep them as tamped down as possible right now. I know that Ancestral Visions is coming. Yeah, we also know they have snaps. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
They showed Snapcaster to the Mind Twist.
Is Stupor good enough? Or him to Turok, I guess.
I might wait and do it as 3.
Yeah.
I don't want to do. I do want to do it before they vision. That's part
Yeah.
of the thing. I want to do it before they vision. Okay, I think it's good now.
Yeah.
Alternately, I can wait 1 round, rider them, and then try to Mind Twist for 4.
That might be. They'll have visions next turn, but they'll have to go off on 2 land off of. They have to go. They have Mox, so they could land Mox, have 4 mana,
And then, like,
and
Dark Rid from there.
yeah. Our opponent's probably going to try to go off next turn, messes up. Like, next swamp might not actually matter. Yeah, if we draw specifically Grim Monolith, then that's really good.
Yes.
But I think they're going to try to go off now because
So
they're going to have
vision.
they're going to have 9 cards in hand.
Yeah. There's the swamp. Damn.
Man.
That makes our Mind Twist very poor, obviously, because it doesn't resolve, and they are now... We have no protection against them here. Yeah, I think I'm even paying this.
That's hard. Yeah, okay, it was correct. I think we're losing this game now.
Yeah. We've got a couple turns. The Mindslaver might force their hand.
Yeah, if we can...
Slaver would be very good to be able to just, like, force a lot of their resources away.
Yeah, if we play Mindslaver and they don't go off, I'm pretty sure we win.
Yeah, because we can remove a lot of their things. We can, Tendrils target themselves. We can...
Or even just, like, Yawgmoth's Will and then pass.
Right.
Like,
or Yawgmoth's Will, Thoughtseize yourself, pass, sort of thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot we can do there. So I feel like there are a lot of directions we can go. They know we have the Mindslaver is the thing.
Yeah, this is kind of a good sign, because they're looking.
Yeah, it also means they're restricted to the top. Like, whatever they have this turn, they'll have next turn, because they need some sort of shuffle to dig any deep.
Hey, this is the 10 cards they have available right now, are the 10 cards they'll have.
Which is a lot. They still have a Mox, they have Palinchron, and they have,
They might be mana. Yeah, they might be hungry on lands.
That would be
mana.
That'd be reasonable if they were hungry on lands. Like,
that make me want to draw Braids.
I'd like that. Braids to start cutting them off and try to... That'd be nice.
But we are definitely going to land Slaver.
Yes.
If they have High Tide right now. High Tide's a really bad red, except for when you have Palinchron in play.
Right, but they do have Palinchron in hand. They need more lands right now, is I think one of the missing pieces. So there's one, like, you can't Palinchron infinite unless you actually have, like,
like, you need either K-Roos, which aren't in the cube, or you need...
Okay, they've decided this turn is a go-off turn.
Yeah, there's the Dark Ritual.
Yeah, so this is a turn where they're spending, the moment they play the Mox, that's a go-off turn. Is this Desire for 3 or 4?
Might be Palin. Oh, it's Yawgmoth's Bargain.
They don't have a lot of health to function with. So.
If we resolve a Mindslaver when they have a Bargain in play... Oh, do we Memory Jar? And, like, jar them when they try to go off with their Bargain? Or do we just play Slaver? Thing is, do we die next turn? They're going to find their High Tide.
I'm debating between bolting them and Well, okay, first things first. There's a very obvious part of this turn that is happening.
We can. Okay. Here's everybody who's hollering at us. Here's what we're thinking about. We can bolt them to bring them down to 10, or bring them down to 8, which means they can't draw as many cards off of Yawgmoth's Bargain.
Right.
Slaver, hoping they can't go off, which I think they just can.
I was gonna say, with a bargain in play and untapping, like, they get to draw 9 cards.
Or we could play Jar and try to fiddle with them with Jar.
I don't feel like that's a good way of going about it.
Okay. No, they have enough for High Tide if they can just like get Palancron in play. Like High Tide generates 2 mana, so they'd be.
So we play, if we play Slaver now, the game ends next turn. Like, we win because Yawgmoth's Bargain is in play. So they are forced to attempt to go off with their Dark Writ and things like that in the grave. If we bolt them, that just means they can only dig like 2 cards less. Like, they can only dig 7 instead of 9. Like, Jar buys us a turn, sort of, but like.
Okay, do we want to gamble on them not finding the cards in 7 cards, or do we want to gamble on them not going off because they don't have the cards that can let them go off?
I wanna play down the threat that makes it so they need to win next turn. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose the option that says, kill me now.
Okay.
And they can't just, like, tendrils to gain a bunch of life. They will lose then because I will just Yawg will them out. So this
is them digging until they find.
So they went ahead and discarded their hand.
So now they have to find Yawgmoth's Will.
I don't believe that Slaver is the worst of the lines. I believe that Slaver is a fine line there. So they're obviously going to try and so they've dug. The thing with the Slaver line that makes me like it is specifically that it forces them to do this. If I don't Slaver, they can just they can
dirtle.
They can, because one of the things is they can't go infinite right now with this many islands. They don't have enough lands to fully go infinite with Palancron. So
see, now they die on untap. Okay, they're going down to 1 less card. Did they find it?
Well, this is as low as they can go. So they gotta do what they can here. They might Emrakul. That's like their biggest play, right? Is like
Impulse,
huh? Like so their best option here is to Mind's Desire into Emrakul. That would win. That would get them the game. Gutshot isn't in the cube, is it? Yeah. There's High Tide.
They have 6 mana. They have okay. Emrakul does have. They have taken extra turn when they cast Emrakul, you see.
Yes.
Mind's Desire casts it.
Yes.
So they would get the extra turn.
Yes. So if Mind's Desire does find it.
Nope, not cast.
No, it is not cast from hand. It is just cast.
Oh, if Emrakul's in their hand. That's a very real possibility.
They did have a brainstorm, so. I think this is Desire for 4 again. Snapcaster Mage.
Snap their High Tide? That doesn't. That gets them a little extra mana.
No, they get some more spells. So here's the thing: they play their High Tide off their 1 blue floating,
and then they tap it for 3, and then they can Mind's Desire for 2 extra spells.
Correct. They can't Palancron because they don't have enough mana for Palancron at the moment. But if they had triple Mind's Desire up, like. Triple High Tide up, like that means that Palancron does have some sort of infinites. However, they also need to have an infinite, an out on an infinite. So we'll see. They didn't target we do know that they're brain freezing the yards. They're not gonna do that unless they have some way of getting out from under that. Okay, they don't have it.
Hey, we win! Oh, don't be so mean, life coach.
But yeah, we got it. They did not go off. And that's why I went with the slaver there, is because that forces them to attempt the going off rather than like maybe spending a little bit of one more turn on setup. I realize that all plays, the secret is every single play there is like low odds of victory, right? Like
Yeah.
not great.
Did they even have the mind? I think they didn't have the mind's desire. And they were looking for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any changes to make?
I kind of want that go for the throat back in the deck
to
because
kill.
they do have the Palancron out.
Okay.
I kind of want that as an option. I don't know if that's better than other cards in our main is the problem.
Is it better than Firebolt? I guess Firebolt did win us. Did sort of it was a part of the plan that kept us going that game.
Right, like I don't know. Like
Shrine more than we know about Yawgmoth's Bargain.
Do we bring in like Shrine and Bolt and then just start going that direction with it?
Like just put them under super pressure.
Yeah,
like we take out
hyper pressure them.
I guess we can kind of just sideboard into a weird aggressive deck, but that would mean like taking out our like stacks package, I think.
I like the stacks package against them.
Yeah, because that they can't beat that also. Sundering Titan might not be that great. It probably might not be, but it is really powerful if we can cheat it out early with the. It's part of the mana. It's a part of the mana denial plan because it blows up Swamp Island.
It's a little big though, is its problem.
Yeah,
that might
the
be
slaver's probably just better. So we ship that for Go for the Throat.
Either that or Shrine. I do like Go for the Throat so they can't Palancron win.
Yeah, okay.
I do want them to not be able to infinite Palancron mana, and I'm going to bring in Go for the Throat specifically that. I realize that is a dead card unless they're going off, but okay, this looks fine. I like Mesmeric Fiend in my opener, and I like the possibility of Hippie on 3.
Yeah, possibility of Hippie on 3. This hand, like Black Source off the top, we're doing really good.
Whoa.
Plan their mocks to just play it.
That's weird.
Okay, that's acceptable. Can get our clamp out.
Let's get that down. I want a Fiend. Fiend, they haven't shown a lot of ways to deal with the board. Okay, so they did have. I was going to say, they wouldn't have made that play unless they actually had action, you know?
Yeah.
Clearly.
Because it's wasting Storm.
Yes. So I want a Fiend next turn.
Maybe they're afraid of Twist. That makes sense.
And then Avalanche Riders. Avalanche Riders, if I can, always wants to try and blow up swamps. I can actually. Well, the thing is, blowing up islands also puts them back on. I think I'm fine blowing up anything. Is the end result. But let's go ahead and play out Mesmeric Fiend. Even though I have a Signet play, I like the Fiend better.
Yeah, I like the Fiend better. Although, with the clamp and play, I think Mesmeric Fiend. We want to be as we want to interrupt him as much as possible.
That's the
right?
thing. I want forward progress again. Yeah, you see, I guess they would have just played Bargain next turn if I hadn't done this. So let's go.
Yeah, we take Bargain, and they have Imperial Seal and Dark Rit to go off with.
Yep. That's good, because, yeah, they would have went Dark Rit Bargain and then won the game a turn later, so. God, that's fast.
And if we ever blow up their mana sources, we can clamp our Fiend and just give it back to them.
Well, I think the more reasonable line of that would be if we had a memory jar going, I could put it in the memory jar hand.
So really what we want to do is, if we draw Swamp or any black source, preferably untapped, then Hippie here would be extremely good.
I'm quite confident their only interaction in the entire deck is
Thoughtseize.
Is Thoughtseize or Snapcaster blocking or something like that.
Yeah, they can't do that to Hippie.
Yeah, they can do it to Mesmeric Fiend.
So we just don't attack with Mesmeric Fiend. Yeah, we've seen a lot. We know they don't have free counters. We know that. Yeah, we can do that. It might be worse clamping Goblin, but this is like making a land drop.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to hold back Mesmeric Fiend because of that line I mentioned.
Now we definitely do not want them to Like if they block with ambush vipers, they get very
Yeah.
mad.
I realize that that's like very fearful. Okay, so island.
So they drew a card of their choice.
Yep. And their hand is Swamp, Dark Writ, Unknown, card of their choice.
Mm-hmm. So twist would be a pretty good draw.
I'd like Twist.
If we don't draw a land, I think we're clamping Welder. In that case, we're probably avalanching something.
I like Avalanche on islands. They have too many swamps for me to cut black off anymore.
Okay, so Tapper. Yeah. If only we had made another land drop, we could have
Right.
equipped, and then just not paid and freed your 2 cards. Okay. Every turn, it feels like we're dodging a bullet.
I know, right?
And goodbye, Avalanche Riders.
Hypnotic Spectre?
Yep, and probably play Welder too.
Again, I realize how much damage I've let off by not putting Fiend in combat, but also, like, if they get that bargain back...
Yeah, they're we've only given up like 3 or 4 damage that way, and their life total essentially does not matter without the...
Shit, what are they going for here?
Okay,
So,
I think they're going off.
Yeah, what's their final card? A D-Tutor?
Is it just Yawgmoth's Will? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it's a D-Tutor, and then Lion's Eye Diamond, and then they're going to go off with Storm Count 4. That's the win.
I guess they kind of have to, right?
Yeah, so this is D-Tutor for Desire for 4, and hope that it hits. Because if
Or
they don't, I mean, I have Hippie, like...
Yeah, we have Hippie. Do they actually have Yawgmoth's Will, though? That gets a lot worse if they actually do.
Yeah, if they could Yogg's Will, play LED, Dark Writ, Imperial Seal, D-Tutor, Desire for 6, or...
Oh, God.
Yeah, so this is Desire for Infinite. So this is the turn, like, we need to... So they're gonna LED... Storm Count's gonna be... They might just kill us. What's Storm Count?
5. It's underneath the Dark Ritual. On the right there with the field cards.
6, 7... 8, 9 tendrils for 10.
Yeah, Tendrils for 10. This does it.
I'm sure they can tendrils for 10 here.
Have we seen Tendrils?
Yeah, it was removed by the first Mind's Desire.
Okay.
I believe they have us here.
Yeah, we're just dead.
If they realize, hell, freaking Mind's.
Yep, they could impulse for. They could impulse to draw the card off Imperial Seal.
Yeah, because they did 7 drills, but this should be exactly 10 drills to finish things out in the most correct way to play the 10 drills of agony.
Mm.
Because yeah, the impulse, Storm Count 8, D-Tutor, Storm Count 9, blam. I'm letting them go through it because I want to see the 10 drills of agony.
We could also goof it up. It's not the easiest thing in the world. They won't.
I was gonna say not this opponent.
No, you have to give them the opportunity to, though, right?
Sure, but I also don't believe that this opponent's gonna make that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. But I was just saying.
Yes.
It's like in baseball. You have to give them the yeah. Except the infield flag rule.
I will be very disappointed if I'm not killed by 10 drills of agony. Come on.
It's like the infield fly rule is actually to the advantage of the offense. Did you know that, players at home?
Don't desire for 10. Don't do it. Oh!
They're just freezing us because it's the card they
Zert.
picked.
So we get the 10 brain freezes of agony instead of the 10 drills of agony. Reasonable. Any order, please?
Any order. You know,
Uh-huh.
Brain Freeze is actually the easier Storm card.
In limited, there's a smaller deck size, of course.
Yeah. At least they get to see our sweet deck. Man, if we had just played a stacks early when they were dirtling. Ah, well.
Yeah, I think the only thing that change I might have made to play was try to get the hippie down a little earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they have it as well.
Okay.
They're styling on
the
us.
11 drills of agony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now having an Eldrazi would not have mattered.
So we have no cards in deck, and we're going to
go down to -2, which is unstylish.
We're going to have the hamburger helper.
Actually, if they wanted to be super stylish to put us to exactly 0, they could have one of the tendrils target themselves.
And Kablam.
Hey, that was a good deck, though.
That was good. Our opponent was strong.
Our deck was missing pieces. We were definitely missing, like, card selection or card filtering. That's one of the... Basically, Duretti or just Faithless Looting.
I still felt like we got a pretty dang strong deck in the abstract.
Our deck was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Whereas our opponent's deck, I think, just had everything it needed.
All right, I'm going to clip the video, and we're going to... Are you still up for a second one, even though number 1 was an hour, 3 hours?
That was kind of really long. That was kind of 3 hours. I'll definitely stick around for at least part of it.
All right, we're going to continue. I planned on doing 2 today, so we're doing 2 today. So
I might have to get some food at some point, but I can definitely watch the draft.
All right, so let me go ahead and clip the video, so catch you on the flip side on the recording.